Once upon a time, about 100,000 years ago, there were two wise men happily drawing cryptic pictures on rocks, which many years later would be misunderstood as proof that aliens had visited ancient humans. But on this afternoon, one of the two men proclaimed, "I think there's this man in the sky who watches over us. He put us here, and I think he controls everything around us. So I think we need to do everything we can to make him happy." And that's when the second man proclaimed, "Bullshit, there's no man in the sky." And it was on that day that theists and atheists came to be. And a week later, the second man was beheaded in order to appease the new sky daddy the majority of the village believed in. And this is the Godless Rebelution.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that little story.
Yeah.
That was another Ryan Duffy original.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one. I like it. It makes total sense. I mean, it
was a paraduff from Ryan.
Nice.
I had to add the beheading in the end of it because my thought was, well, now the majority of the village believes in this and they have to make their sky daddy happy. They now killed the one person who does not believe in it.
Well, what I liked is
running contrary to their belief.
It reminded me of the Cain and Abel story, where Cain, after he kills Abel, he's banned to the land of Nod, to all the people that live there or whatever.
Yeah,
but there's no mention of those people beforehand.
No.
So that's why when the village, I was like, wait, where did those guys come from? Oh, yeah.
But if we trace the lineage back, we go to Adam and Eve, and then there's people other than them? How does that work?
Yeah.
It's almost like the...
in which of the Gnostic Gospels were these people of Nod mentioned?
Yeah. Trying to say... Well, someone wrote on... It was a screenshot on Facebook where someone's like... Cain and Abel, they were... or not Cain and whatever that one other person's name was, were his sister.
Cain's sister?
I guess apparently Cain had a sister at some point that came from some sort of other sex.
Abelina.
Yeah. Well, they're saying they're saying the Old Testament in Genesis there's no incest. Someone goes on and goes, yes.
What?
That is the definition of incest.
It has to be.
Like, that was before Masonic law. Before Masonic law, incest wasn't a thing. Like, no, the definition of incest.
Oh, they're redefining the word.
Okay. There's no incest because they didn't even know what it was yet.
Okay. So it's not illegal.
There's no way to avoid incest when you have only two people.
Yeah. That's why there's no DNA in the Bible either, because they didn't know what it was.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But they knew what behemoths were.
Right, and dinosaurs.
And God would have known what DNA was. That's what bothers me.
He would have known what incest was, too.
That's what bothers me. There is no predictive power in the Bible at all. People are like, oh, no, if you look back, there's been several prophecies that have been fulfilled. Oh, maybe if you try to... I just did a Christopher Walken.
I wasn't going to say it.
Well, maybe. No, but, I mean, if you try to... rewrite history and make it fit whatever has happened.
Yeah,
and say, oh, well, this happened, and in the Bible it says this, and we can draw a conclusion, and, it sounds very similar to what happened over here. Fuck, man. How many Hollywood movies and storylines sound similar? It's not the same fucking thing, but it's similar enough that you could draw lines to say, oh, obviously this movie was inspired by Citizen Kane.
Yep. Yeah. Well, the whole Bible's so vague anyway.
Yeah, and like I said, there's no predictive power. There's nothing in the Bible.
Give me fucking dates.
Yeah, there's nothing in the Bible that people of the time could not have fucking known.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
There's no learning. There's no teaching anything. People say, oh, it's a moral guidebook. It's blah 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 bullshit. That can all be fucking easily disproven. But beyond any of that, there's nothing that says this will come to pass. that is of any predictive power at all, or that says, hey, you may not know about this right now, but one day, you're going to discover that the Earth isn't the center of the universe.
Yep. It's not flat.
Well, I mean,
it's not even the center of the solar system.
No.
Not that you even know what a fucking solar system is.
No.
And I'm not going to describe it to you because I didn't fucking know about it at the time either. I mean, there's nothing in there that could not have been known or wasn't known by the people at the time.
Right. And I've said, you said a lot there, but I mean, like, you've got an Omnimax God, right? And so either he didn't know what was happening or what was coming up, to say, okay, on September 11th, 2001, right? He could have said that. There's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Well, because he knows all.
Or he went through some really fucking terrible authors. In that case, he's still a shitty fucking God.
Yeah.
Well,
Right, but the other thing, sorry, I was just gonna. Oh man, I totally lost it.
I fucked you up.
No, you're good.
Usually you're the one fucking us up.
Whoa, what?
I mean, making us lose our train. No.
Do I do that to you? I didn't.
No, I remember,
I wasn't aware of that. But
No, when you say I killed the podcast, I guess I.
oh no, that's me. That's me
that's-
saying I usually I'll say something and then there's a dead air. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well,
I'm just saying.
Kinda killed that, didn't I?
I killed.
that's my
Bad.
kill the momentum of the podcast segment.
We're still going.
No, I would, but there's nothing predictive about it. There's nothing anybody at the time couldn't have known. It's a fucking book written by Bronze Age fucking sheep herders, man.
I totally remember now. I used to say, the only groups of people that are talked about in the Bible are ones that are directly adjacent to Palestine and Judea.
Oh yeah.
Right? If they would have mentioned the Samoans in the Bible, I would have been like, okay, that's something.
Or the Asian empires.
Right, because there's no way that
Native Americans.
Native Americans or Pacific Islanders, the stuff that they wouldn't, or the Irish, somewhere that's distant, they wouldn't have known. The Vikings, something they wouldn't have known.
Somewhere that
about.
was outside like
Right.
a 300-yard or 300-mile radius.
Right,
Of,
it's all Judea, Egypt, Greece, Palestine. Like, yeah, of course you fucking know about that.
Well, you guys
Where
have
there was
seen
far more advanced societies already in place.
You guys have seen the infographic or meme, right? That says all of the stories in the Bible are contained within this tiny little circle drawn on the world map.
Yeah.
And it's like a 300-mile radius from
Yeah.
one central point that there's nothing outside of that.
Yep.
Right.
Like that was the entire universe to these people.
But didn't Jesus actually say, "I will come back in your lifetime"?
Yep.
Yeah, he
The
did say
people?
that too.
Yep.
So
Yeah, he said that to his
there's the
disciples.
biggest one that they still hold on to, which obviously can't be true because there's no one fucking alive still from that time.
And the perfect God who created everything and knows everything admits to making mistakes and having to wipe out the entire planet and or
Where at the
individual
beginning,
cities
he
of
says,
people.
It is great.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I'm done.
It is good.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, I just hit the mic.
Yeah, well,
At least she didn't chew on it. That little
Yeah.
fucking Tracy's little dog Sophie chewed up one of the goddamn microphone covered thingies.
Oh, fucking microphone cover thingies.
the red one.
The red one is gone.
Now I'm gonna get confused
It's just,
when I
it's
look at
just
the red
laying
cable.
here like a tech corpus.
a dead snake.
Yeah.
Why did it?
Why did we left it on the table like as a sad testament or reminder to
Well,
it was
the once
so-
greatness of the red microphone cover
It's a mic stand corpse laying in the middle of the.
It was still plugged in.
in memoriam.
Now it's not.
No, I moved it. It's been cut off from life support. It's been.
Oh yeah, I
been
see
unplugged.
I see no red cord going into the board. Oh, sad face.
Also, great podcasting. All the visuals we just did.
Yeah. You guys have no clue what's going on.
So what do we got going on for this evening?
Yeah, what have we?
This will be the last podcast created at this domicile
right,
Correct.
in this
At the-
studio.
at the Ellis Clearfield Castle. Mm-hmm. They'll have to move to the Murray Manor.
Nice. You've already got it. Dude, how long, dude? This guy works one day a week. He's been thinking of this since we were.
Ever since I bought it.
I like it.
That's going to be the new
like it.
tagline at the beginning of the podcast. Godless Rebelution, broadcasting from the Murray Manor.
No, I feel I don't think that I can call it the Manor because my friends Seth and Shelley, who were kind enough to host the Atheist of Utah holiday party last year at their house.
Oh, right.
Their last name is Minor. They've got this
The
beautiful
Minor Manor.
large home
Right,
where they hosted
right.
the party. It's the Minor Manor. So it'll have to be the
That is
Murray
Ellis
Mansion.
Estates.
It's not quite a mansion though. It's
mansion.
I'll think on it. I'll ponder about it.
Yeah.
The Kingdom of Ellis.
The 70s chalet. I don't know, something. It's
Dan's domain. The
Tracy wouldn't be having that.
She doesn't listen to this anyway.
Fuck her. She doesn't listen to the show.
I didn't say fuck her. I didn't say fuck. Dude, you're gonna run me out of here, man.
No, I did.
I didn't say fuck you,
You'll actually
Tracy.
listen to this one episode.
Yeah,
I know.
This will be the one episode. So I just listened to the first 5 minutes of your podcast, and I got to say, fuck you guys.
We got to be 10 minutes in, right?
Actually, yeah, 10
Yeah,
minutes. and
10:08.
8 seconds.
All right. We wouldn't hold her attention that long, I think. I'm just kidding.
She's going to be
I'm
watching.
Just kidding.
She's going to be watching At Midnight or Marin or something. She's not going to listen to this.
Yeah. Yeah, or she watches a bunch of shows that I just have absolutely no interest in.
Well, I like Hardwick and Marin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, yeah, I'm not talking about those ones like other shitty sitcoms with laugh tracks.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck them.
I have this thing against any show that has a laugh track. Like, any show that thinks I'm too fucking stupid to know when I should laugh, I'm not interested in.
Not even the Cosbys?
No. Maybe back in the day when every show had a laugh track, but...
So you're not into the Big Bang Theory?
No.
No?
No, never have been. And it's because of the laugh track.
Yeah.
I couldn't get past it.
I rather like that show.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people really like it. The couple episodes I saw I thought were okay, but it's just that whole forced laughter of, hey, that was a funny part, you're supposed to laugh now.
No, yeah, I know what you mean. But it is pretty good, though.
Like, if you have that little respect for your audience, I don't want to have anything to do with your fucking show.
Is that what they think, though? Or, I mean, or is it...
Well, I guess I don't understand why else you would have prompted laughter. Like,
because it is
to make it seem live.
Well, because some of them are live, but even the live ones, everything's prompted to clap or laugh. And
right, that's true.
But that's silly too, right? Like,
it's fucking Hollywood, man. Yeah, of course it's silly.
Well, to make a show that is supposed to be in an apartment seem like a live show seems, I don't know. That's a whole other level of I'm not interested in your show.
All right, fair enough.
Especially when you see what the set actually looks like, it destroys the illusion of the show.
Well, I know there's clips on YouTube you can get from like Friends and Big Bang and those kinds of sitcoms where they remove the laugh track, and it's not funny at all. I haven't seen it, but I've heard that's the case.
It's a psychological
that's
thing.
An interesting. Yeah, that's a really interesting experiment. Yeah.
Well, and it's probably because they cue in the laugh track, right? So if you watch the show without a laugh track, there's just these uncomfortable pauses with no sound where. Originally it had this laugh track, and now it's just somebody will say something, and then there's a pause where they look at each other slyly or coyly for a little while.
Pedophile creepy.
Yeah, put their hand on.
Then it just seems really fucking creepy because there's no sound. Yeah.
All right. Well, we have had some feedback that we should get back to more ranty, newsy items for the show.
And I got at least a multi-stage news article for the week.
Multi-staged?
Oh, yeah. There's 2 parts to this one.
Woo!
We're not going to abandon games completely, but we're just going to minimize them a little bit.
Or not, I wouldn't even say we need to necessarily minimize them, but we haven't had a whole lot of news over the past few
hardly
shows.
at all.
Yeah.
So we'll hit some today. Get back into our more intense modes.
So you say this is two part.
We got a 2-stager.
Oh, it's a double header.
Nice.
What's the first head?
Well,
it sounded weirdly dirty. I don't know.
That did sound kind of dirty. The first head is as everyone's been seeing going on the news.
Give me the first head, Ryan.
Well, I'm going to give you some head right now.
All right.
Whoa.
U.S. Air Force orders sergeant to swear to God or leave.
Oh, yeah.
So we've been hearing about this one quite a bit lately, where the U.S. Air Force had told the sergeant that if he does not go back to the original oath, which had "So help me God" at the end of it, they will not allow him to re-enlist. And basically how it works, because when I joined up, you were allowed to cross that out and not say it if you didn't want to.
And so this is on the official paperwork.
This is on the official paperwork for his re-enlistment, just like you would have for an initial enlistment.
So on the paperwork it says, I swear, I solemnly swear to God or whatever.
To uphold the Constitution of the United States of America, to defend against all enemies, foreign or domestic, to uphold the
swear to God. Which one?
Of the president given before me, and there's a couple other things in there, and then it ends with "So help me God."
Ugh.
Well, you had the option to not say "So help me God." You could say either "So help me God" or "I affirm."
Could you cross it out and say,
That's what you're supposed to do.
I swear to Allah?
Would
they accept that?
You could say
I'm just saying. it's legitimate, though.
Allah
it's funny.
It's another way to say God.
Yeah, but would they accept it? I mean,
no.
Okay, well, I mean, I
swear to
maybe
Zeus.
You're not in the position to say.
Because I think it used to be, you could
it's rhetorical.
You could take it out. You could line it out so there was nothing there, but I don't think you were allowed to write anything in place of it.
All right. Well, but so it's
Like, you
still
couldn't write "So help me, Bart Simpson" if you wanted to. That's-
Sure. But it's still a government agency, and they shouldn't be able to force that.
No, they
all
shouldn't.
Anyway,
they shouldn't. And the Air Force is the only one doing it actively right now. And it wasn't until so the Air Force actually changed its policy in October of 2013. Prior to October of 2013, you didn't have to say the line "So help me God" during a reenlistment. And it wasn't until after that when they made a change to the policy, they added in there that you cannot change the wording of it. You have to say it as it is written.
That's horseshit.
And you're not allowed to change it.
who's responsible for that change?
It doesn't have it written down in here.
I mean, I'm just wondering where that comes from. I mean,
it comes from the Air Force. The Air Force itself is the one that goes through and makes the changes to their.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the Air
AFIs.
Force isn't some nebulous being, right? I mean, there was some person,
Some
who
command
made
level
this
person that
decision.
made
Yeah.
it. Some higher up
but
that
so-
would have made that decision.
Well, I wonder if it was even just some low level person who's just creating the document. You know, like they're typing it out on their happy little computer. This is going to be our new official form. Runs it by chain of command. They're like, oh yeah, it looks fine to me.
Well, it doesn't have it in this one. I
Yeah.
read another article where the actual AFI was actually written down saying, here's the
AFI
Air Force,
being Air Force instruction.
Yeah, here is the Air Force instruction on how this works. And it's not like just anyone can go and change that. Someone at low level can write it in and say, hey, no, this is what I propose, or this is what I think. Hey, no, it gets filed up. And at the end level, that's where it's.
Did you like that I knew what an AFI was?
I did.
And so this guy was a tech sergeant, right?
Yes.
So he's been
currently a tech sergeant.
Okay.
His enlistment is up in November.
okay. So he's been in roughly how long?
If he made it fast to tech sergeant, like
Let's assume so because
like
That's a
he was-
minimum of like 10 years.
Yeah,
he
10.
was
Eight-
he wasn't
yeah.
reserve, right?
no, it had
He's-
active,
okay, so
active
he's
duty.
active
Active duty.
Yeah.
So he's active duty, 10 years, tech sergeant.
At a minimum,
He's-
and that's
okay, so
that's fast tracking it. Like
Okay,
that's
some
that's
people don't make it till
passing-
close to their end.
That's
Let's-
passing all of your tests on the first try.
Yeah.
That's
okay, so
Passing
you're a
your boards.
superstar. Yeah.
So here's a guy who's served active duty for 10 or 15 years, right? And we've been at war with 2 or 3 or 15 countries for the last 10 or 12
Since
years.
2002.
Right. So this guy has seen a lot of action. He's sacrificed a shit ton of his time, a lot of his life at risk or whatever to get these promotions, to do all this. He's maintained and now they want to exclude him from re-upping because of a little bit of wordplay.
Yeah.
That's what blows my dick off.
And the
about
thing
story.
is-
well,
Like,
and
that's
you go
like
so rank for NCO is you go what is it? Is it's not master. It's you go tech and then what's before tech?
Master, senior master, chief master,
What's before tech?
sergeant,
Sergeant.
staff sergeant,
So sergeant, tech, and then
master sergeant,
master sergeant.
senior master sergeant, chief master sergeant.
Okay. So I mean,
okay, so he's a fairly high level enlisted airman.
He's basically a lead supervisor. He's
yeah.
he's in charge of.
It's just
you know,
it's just such bullshit. What a rigmarole for somebody that's and what is he feeling right now?
well, and the thing is,
After
Yeah, how much
doing
have they
all of
valued the
that-
service that I've put in
Yeah,
thus far?
yeah.
That I have to, because I won't swear allegiance to the God that they would
Yeah.
prefer that I do.
Right.
They don't want me anymore.
After everything he's done for that institution.
yeah,
and the thing is, this is probably
And they're
his
just
third.
like giving him a big middle finger about this
Yeah.
fucking wording.
yeah.
This is probably his third reenlistment. I'd be guessing
Yeah.
around there someplace. So if he had reenlisted, if this is the end of this 4-year enlistment here in 2014, I got the year right.
Yep.
Yeah. The last time he would
that
have
happens
enlisted
when
would
you
have been
time travel. I know,
Yeah.
man. You can't keep track of
all
that
that timey wimey stuff.
wibbly wobbly.
Yeah. So his last enlistment would have been in 2010, where in 2010 it would have been
Okay.
completely illegal for him to pen out "So help me God" and initial by it and say "I affirm." So his last enlistment,
Right.
even his first
Right.
enlistment, he could have done that 2 times already. And now this time they're saying, "No, we're not going to let you do that. You have to affirm."
And
Right,
yet
but-
Christians fucking whine and bitch and moan all the time that, we're becoming less and less
We're not
religious
forcing
and we're
them to-
forcing people to not live by their religious beliefs and whatever. They're so fucking persecuted and people are putting down religion all the time. Okay, so here we have a case where that's proven to be fucking false.
Right, but
Yeah.
and even more on a personal level, like here's a guy who's probably a lifer. He probably imagined himself being, putting in his 20 years and retiring from the earth. But now they're fucking all that up because of these goddamn fucking Christians. Want to get in his way, and they want him to say the fucking words that they want him to say.
Yeah.
Say the fucking words, or we'll ruin your career and your life.
Yeah. And well, why can't you even just pretend and just do it? Because we want you to compromise your principles so that you can stay with us.
No, we just want you to say what we want you to say, or else fucking forget about your life and your career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck everything you've done to this point.
All at the same time while they're whining about being oppressed.
Fuck everything you've done to this point. We are going to force you to confirm a belief, or to at least state a belief in the God that we worship. That's fucking horseshit.
When that goes against the very thing you're fighting for in the first place.
Right.
Yep.
Which goes contrary to what Brian Fisher says.
Oh, fuck that guy.
I told you were going to say that.
You did.
You were going to say that.
Brian Fisher.
I called that like an hour ago. He wants to take it a step further here. He wants to ban all atheists from the military.
Of course he does.
Because you want genuine Americans willing to die for God.
Genuine Americans?
Genuine Americans willing to die for God.
So this tech sergeant who's given 12 years or more of his life to the U.S. Air Force is not a genuine American?
No.
None of the people in MAF are genuine Americans.
Well, because this is his words. This is absolutely fundamentally non-negotiable bedrock American principle. There is a creator with a capital C, and he alone is the source of the very rights the military exists to protect and defend. Military service should rightly be reserved for those who believe in and are willing to die for what America stands for. What America stands for is a belief in God as the source of all of our rights.
Fuck Brian Fisher. Whenever anybody pulls that, it says right in there, endowed by their creator. Yeah, you know who created me? My parents. Yep. My dad put his penis in my mom's vagina, probably several times. There was an ejaculate of semen. The sperm comes out, and
the video's not too bad either. Just if you're wondering,
I mean, sure, endowed by their creator. My parents created me. Nobody else fucking had anything to do with that. Yeah. Unless you want to trace it back to maybe my grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents.
And what are they saying?
All would have played some part in this because they had to have.
And when they say creator, why does it got to be saying, well, it's an almighty creator? Why can't it just be taken as these guys are creating the bedrock of this country through these laws and through fighting? They are the creators of this country, and they're the ones giving us these rights.
Now, this dickbag comes from the same school of David Barton and the other revisionists.
I wouldn't call him a dickbag. I use dickbag as a term of endearment for fellow atheists of Utah members. This guy is a fucking ass hat. Well,
you're right. That's way worse.
Dickbag. No, he doesn't deserve the title of dickbag. I'll have to think of something else for him.
Whatever. But he comes
He's
from
a fucking asshole.
Same school of thought as the David Barton group of the American revisionist history guys. That
David Barton,
that make up shit, quotes and things from the founding fathers, to try to make it sound like those guys believed the same kind of Christianity they believe in, which didn't even exist.
Yeah, David Barton, who has been proven to be a fucking liar about different shit, still fucking says the same shit over and over again. It's been proven that he's a fucking liar about it.
Many of these Republicans are going down for corruption and lying and all that. You know what I mean? They're all fucking liars and scumbags.
It happens to Democrats too, but I mean, I was really happy to see.
It does. But
the governor, what the fuck was his name?
Where him and his wife, taking basically accepting bribes. Where she's like, I didn't know it was illegal to take a new car from this guy
who was initially being tapped as vice presidential material by Mitt Romney.
I heard him. I guess he said himself the other day. Oh, Matt's breaking stuff. I'm going to mute your mic real quick.
What are you doing?
Well, Matt's fixing his microphone right now. If you heard a loud noise
What'd
or he dropped
you do?
it. You got to tighten.
Yeah. It screws on.
All the way around?
Yeah, it screws on there.
But Mitt Romney basically said, we're having some tech. Oh, yeah, you're muted right now. Don't worry. You're having some technical difficulties right now.
There we go. Sure, maybe.
Just keep going with it.
Yeah, but it's like stripping out, dude.
Did you strip it? We'll get some duct tape later.
It's all right.
But he was saying I would have made a better president than Barack Obama would have. I'm like, well, we don't know that. And for one thing, I would rather. I mean, like these people say, it's always picking the better of two evils.
Better.
And
What? By what metric would he even deign to say that he would have been a better president? Is it by employment numbers? Is it by the strength of the economy? By what metric would he say that he would have made a better president?
He's going by Fox News, I think.
I mean, the economy's fucking booming. Unemployment is going down. Sure, we're still at war with a bunch of people, and that's bullshit. And
maybe starting to go back.
Yeah.
That's why I had a friend at work even say to me, oh, no, wait, now Matt's back on. No. I had a friend at work say to me the other day, he's like, what has the president ever done for this country so far? I'm like, we have the biggest stock market we've ever had in history.
There's a website called, what is it? What the fuck has Barack Obama done?
It just lists
I think that's the URL is what the fuck has Barack Obama done? Or what the fuck has Obama done? You can Google that shit.
He's like,
but it's just you hit it and you hit refresh and it gives you a little tidbit of something that he's done as president.
Well, but the thing is, even if that was sarcastic.
No, he was serious.
No, I realize that, but I'm just but I'm saying, what the fuck has he done? If that was sarcastic, like, what is he? Because that comes up a lot too. Like, he hasn't done anything. And that's really easy to say when you're in a position where the entire Congress is going to just shit on everything you want to do not only because you're liberal, but because you're black and because you're, all these other things that no matter what he wants to do, they're going to try to stop him every time, and so it's really easy to say, well, what is he? Nothing, because he can't. He can't fucking do anything.
Yeah.
They won't let him do anything.
I hear people say, yeah, what the fuck?
No, it's actually what the fuck has President Obama done so far?
Yeah, and I remember having a conversation with my old ass dad who doesn't really know anything about any of that stuff. And every once in a while we get into religion or politics and it's just infuriating. And he'll have these little, like, not quite super uninformed, but like just enough to make him a little bit dangerous, kind of, and so he was kind of, Obama's signed all these executive orders and I'm like, yeah, but that's because nobody will let him do shit. Well, that's part of the checks and balances of the government to make sure. No, he's signed hundreds less executive orders than any other president.
He's signed executive orders that are well within his power and at a number far below the preceding president.
And he's had way more adversity.
Yeah.
Way more adversity and should be signing more. But like, you want to compare executive orders like the Homeland Security Bill and the Patriot Act of George W. Bush to what Barack Obama's done?
Which now they're blaming most of him. Going, look at Obama and his NSA. It's like, well, if it wasn't for the Patriot Act signed in by your lovely Bush, you wouldn't have that issue.
Republicans love that. They love to take all the shit that their presidents do that carries over to the next, because everyone gets sick of them and then votes in a Democrat, then all that stuff starts to hit. Oh, look, fucking Clinton, Barack Obama, all the shit that's carrying over from their stupid ass. That drives me nuts.
The other one I saw,
fucking crazy.
Which I think I'll just say it right now, the Obama phone. I actually had to look it up because I'm like, I know that ain't true. And I looked it up. Everybody's like, well, Obama gives out phones to people on welfare. He does that. It's like, what? Well, actually, what it came from was a bill passed by Clinton to have people who are unemployed, who are trying to get employment, who are below a certain pay level, to receive pagers. So that way they can apply for a job and the company can have somewhere to call.
Right. So
they'll call the pager to let the person know, hey, I got an interview. Clinton passed that one. It goes to Bush.
Another Democrat, of course. Fucking socialists.
Bush re-signs that thing. But since pagers are going all old school, he makes it cell phones. Saying, well, no, we're going to get rid of the pagers since people don't usually use pagers anymore. Now it's a free cell phone you can get through this program. Then Obama takes office and all of a sudden it comes, Obama's giving out cell phones. Obama's giving out cell phones to all the black people. It's like, no.
Jeez.
No. Anybody can get one. If you are below, if you don't make any money and you're trying to get employment and you're working through unemployment and you got a good record with them, guess what? You can get a phone So that way you can call a place and call for jobs and have them to be able to call you.
I love the idea of the Obama phone.
Yeah, that's what they call it. That's what people are actually literally call. They're calling it the Obama phone. It's like he's not the one.
It's like McDonald's calls you. And you're like, hello.
Would you like a job?
We need a job right now. Everything's going to be okay.
I still think you do a really good Obama. I can't do that.
I haven't even heard myself, but I feel self-conscious about it. But I still do it. Who cares?
I think it's good. I think you do a very good job. Yeah, I get tired of people saying, well, Obama hasn't done this or he hasn't done that. Well, there's a lot of things that he's fucking tried to do, but he can't.
Yeah, he can't.
Congress won't work with him on it.
Yeah, John Boner won't let him do anything.
Boner.
Yeah. Well, he said he was going to shut down Guantanamo, and he hasn't done that. Well, he fucking tried.
Yeah.
And he put it, they went through Congress, they put it up for a vote, and the Senate or the House
just
said,
like everything else.
No, we're not going to fucking do that because it's going to release these dangerous people out into there.
Because it's Obama that wants to do it.
And then he wanted to try them in the civil court and say, well, okay, if we're not going to release or shut this down and try them, let's bring them into. No, you can't do that. You can't ship these dangerous people into the United States, and who knows what's going to happen? They might get away from law enforcement and.
Yep.
Just like bringing all this troops home from Iraq, where everybody's like, "You got to pull them out. You got to pull them out." Now they're all out. You're like, "Well, you took them out too soon."
Yeah,
He withdrew our troops way too soon. He shouldn't have done that. That was just silly.
Yeah. I know, and
he can't fucking win.
I know, no, exactly.
It's impossible.
I still maintain, though, in a couple of decades, people will look back on his presidency as one of the best and most courageous and toughest presidencies that the United States has had. He'll be up there with like Kennedy and Lincoln,
and most successful, especially in the face of so much fucking opposition.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
and he'll be looked back on in that light because some people like Kennedy, but a lot of people didn't. Just the same way, and same with Lincoln. Not to compare and this has nothing to do with the racial issue that Obama's going through. Which is a huge added element that those guys didn't face. But those were some of the greatest presidents who were not well liked at the time. We look back on them as some of the greats. I think Obama will be one of those.
Yeah, well, and you hear people, well, Obama's taking vacation while this and
Jesus
going on.
Christ. You see how many fucking vacation days George W. Bush took?
Obama would have to be on vacation for the rest of his fucking presidency to not even match what George Bush took during his.
Yeah. I think they actually said
he would have to take the next fucking year and a half off.
Yeah, George Bush
had almost 2 years of vacation time.
Yeah, he would come back to the White House just to get us in another war and then go to Camp David for another 4 fucking months.
Well, he wasn't even going to Camp David. He kept staying at his ranch.
The ranch in
Texas ranch.
Yeah.
He basically would just go, I'm going back to Texas for 2 months. See you later. Well, and then when I can't remember what the actual incident was, but there's a big I can't remember if it was an embassy bombing. It was some big news. A bunch of Americans got killed, and they went to go get his take on it. He was actively playing golf. He didn't even leave the fucking golf course. He did the interview on the golf course, and that's when he said, "Hey, watch this one.
Watch this shot.
Oh, yeah.
Watch this shot."
I remember that.
Watch this shot.
You don't get shit for that. Obama leaves the golf course, puts a suit on, goes into a press room, gives a press briefing, and goes back out and plays golf. Yeah. Why is he not wearing a black suit?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And he gets ripped a new one for. He's like, maybe I shouldn't have played golf right afterwards, but what can I do?
Yeah, I don't care about all that. You know what I love? I love watching the clips of Obama play basketball with people. That's fucking awesome.
With the troops?
With the troops and with like the Yukon women's team and all that. I love that shit.
Well, we're gonna be shooting some hoops.
Yeah, and he's fucking good.
Well, he's black man. Why wouldn't he be? Uncomfortable. Oh no! Come on,
that was perfect.
God damn it!
I did that to you on purpose. Ryan's doing something on his phone,
looking on his
but I let Dan have some dead air after a racial comment. All right, he's also from Chicago, and he's a fit man, and all those. But yeah, he's definitely got some black hoops in him.
He'd probably beat my ass at hoops.
I guarantee you would.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you'd beat his ass at seafaring and capturing northern and western European and island nations. As Dan has a braided beard, braided red beard tonight, looks like a proper Viking.
I went to work like this today.
Yeah, with his American Atheist T-shirt.
Talked to my boss. Settled some shit.
Did you use your Swedish accent or Norwegian accent all day?
No, I didn't. I felt that was maybe going a step too far.
Yeah. Since you're not Scandinavian, or are you?
No,
well, Ellis sounds English to me, but
well, I'm a mutt.
Most of England is Scandinavian anyway.
Yeah, Scotch, Irish.
Oh, okay.
Welsh, German, English. I think in there a little bit.
So I guess you come by the
Danish.
I had to get the numbers for you real quick.
Oh, well,
they're more astonishing than I thought.
Which numbers are these?
Astonishing.
Vacation days by president.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So totaling so far, President Barack Obama has taken 125 vacation days since taking office. And he's been in for what? It's been
almost
6 years now?
I don't feel like that's very much.
No.
Vacation days by President Bush, 407, not including Camp David.
Including that?
Not including Camp David. He spent a total of 341 days at Camp David.
So 800 days.
He spent nearly 1 year in Camp David.
Well, that's more than a year. 800 days?
Well, no, I'm saying for Camp David it was 341 by itself.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
Then he spent 407 vacation days.
How the fuck do they feel like they have the right to talk about that at all?
In Maine and in Texas, totaling
because
to
nobody's going
407.
to pay attention.
How can they bring that?
Because
how can
they can say whatever the fuck they
up?
want, and all of the people listening will just agree with them. They won't check anything. There's a black man.
Suppose.
He's obviously bad.
Right.
They'll just go along with whatever the fuck they hear.
He's of no specific religious
Goddamn
affiliation.
people on Fox and Friends in the morning
because they're fair and balanced.
Yeah.
I mean,
fair and imbalanced?
Yeah.
Unfair and imbalanced?
Unfair and imbalanced, yeah.
Yeah, that's the lowdown on that.
Well, we took that airman story to a whole new level.
Yeah, we did. It kind of got very politically
we were talking
involved.
about an airman. Did we hear? You said there was a two-parter.
The
Did we hear
two-parter
both parts?
was Fisher, was the second part.
Yeah.
Wanting to ban all atheists from the entire military.
That guy, I don't... You know, there are some people, some religious people, some right-wing people who say something every now and then that I can kind of agree with. Like Pat Robertson every now and then will say something that I'm like, oh, Pat's not a total fucking asshole.
That's a hard one.
Or, you know, not a total and complete
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah.
But
I know what you mean.
I've never heard Brian Fisher say a goddamn thing that gets any bit of attention that I've agreed with.
He's more, well... he's more that extreme right-wing religious leader where 700 Club dude guy, he's just kind of, I think, old.
Yeah,
I think he honestly believes what he says.
Oh, yeah, I think so too. But I mean,
Fisher?
No.
Robertson. Yeah.
I think Roberts actually believes what he says.
That guy's like 80, right? I mean, he's really
old.
He's really old.
there.
But I mean, yeah, like
He's old. I say that with a glint in my eye. He's old.
He's old. Well, no, yeah,
He's gone
it's
too.
nice. Yeah, it's nice that those kind. But the thing that's bothersome are like the Fishers and the Cruzes and these guys that are younger that are coming up still, and they're more of an American Taliban type style.
That's why I think they honestly have an
that's
agenda,
bothersome.
and they're pushing it in the way to make what they want happen, even though they're pushing bullshit to make it happen.
Fucking Ted Cruz.
Yeah, fuck that guy in particular.
Yeah, I've said it before. There are a few people.
Yep.
There are many people that I dislike a deal. There are very few people that I fucking hate. I fucking hate Ted Cruz.
Yep. Me too.
Who's not even an American.
I said it before the podcast that, you know, whenever I hear the word smarmy, the image that pops into my mind is a picture of Ted fucking Cruz. That smarmy, slimy fucking prick.
Yep.
What an asshole that guy is.
Yep.
There's nothing about him. He has absolutely no redeeming qualities.
No.
Right.
And the thing is, he's only been in the political spectrum for, 3 years maybe?
Yeah, he's pretty new.
But he's taken it over. He's taken the Tea Party representation over. I mean, Palin was there, but I think he's now the lead in it. But now I guess there's a new Confederate Party trying to come up.
What?
I saw the headline for it where there's a group trying to get the old It's basically it's like
A Confederate party?
Not like basically it's the South kind of trying to get their
The
party
South
going
will
again.
rise again.
That's why it's not really the Confederate. They came, they had a name for it, but it's basically an offshoot of the Tea Party.
Well,
so it's a Tea Party splitting in two.
The Tea Party's kind of the Confederate Party.
It is, but these ones were actually like flying the old the Confederate flag with their stuff,
Stars and bars.
saying to bring it back.
Ugh. Fuck. I don't. It just fucking enrages me to where I become very inarticulate and fucky. Just
all
fucking
fucky.
Fucking fuck. I don't know what else to say about a lot of that shit besides just fuck. I can't believe this kind of shit fucking happens in the year 2014.
Yeah. Especially when you got those parties are all the ones saying, well, our rights are being taken away, our rights are being taken away. When the one thing you want to do is get in office and take everybody's fucking rights away.
Well, yeah, and I always love the idea that rich, straight, white men are worried about not having privilege.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That fucking drives me crazy.
I
Like
think
in almost every culture throughout almost any time, they've been in charge of everything.
it's like they've
forever.
had so much power over so many things for so fucking long that any chipping away of
Yeah,
that
they don't
want
want to. They don't want to give up.
huge threat to
Yeah,
them.
they don't want to give up anything.
It's like the old
annoying.
fucking guy that you work with who's been there forever, who knows, I'm likening this to jobs I've had in the past, who, you've got this old fucking curmudgeon dude who knows one particular system inside and out and won't fucking tell you anything about it because he's terrified that if you learn how to do what he's doing, they'll fucking can
He'll
his
take
ass.
his job, yeah.
Which
He'll
is
take
sometimes valid because he's a fucking asshole. Nobody wants to fucking work with him.
Right.
They want to get rid of him, but he won't let go of any little bit of his own little fucking
His world.
kingdom. This is mine, and you can't have any of it. Ah, if I get hit by a bus, we'll all have a party. But if I do, you won't know how to do this. I'm sure we'll fucking figure it
Yeah.
out. Because you're not that fucking smart.
You're not the only person in the
Yeah.
world that knows how to do it.
You're not the only person who could figure this shit out.
You're not
I was just
God.
kind of hoping you weren't going to be a fucking asshole about it and would explain something to me.
Yeah.
If you don't want to, fine, I'll figure it out myself. And because I figured it out myself, I'll be doing it much fucking better than you are right now, and then you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it's I was gonna say it's like Matt was saying with the white privilege. It's not just that; it's the religiously privileged.
Yeah.
It's the this is a Christian nation, and I have every right to say you can't get married because I think it's yucky.
Because it doesn't align with what I want
Yeah.
to practice.
You're going against God. It's like
I don't
no.
like muffins, and
Okay.
so you can't have any muffins either.
Yeah. I mean, when people are saying it goes against God, so we can't have
Muffins
this.
are evil. It's in the Bible somewhere. I know I've seen it. And since it's in the Bible and I don't like muffins, you can't have any fucking muffins either.
I think it's muffins made of two different berries.
Nice.
You're
My
not allowed to mix
God,
the berries.
muffins are the best.
God muffins.
You can't touch the God muffins.
Should we play a game?
Yes, let's do a game.
Dan wants a game.
I like to play the games.
I've got a few.
Are they
many for-
the standard fare of
Yeah.
who said it and
Answers first.
answers first?
Yeah. No Bible, Book of Mormon, or Quran this week,
Okay.
and no. I'll have to check. What is that one? Oh yeah, and no ABC deity this week.
Oh, yeah, I
Although
like that name.
we could
Yeah.
do that. We could play a round of ABC
You
deity.
can make one up, sure.
It's easy enough. Yeah, I've got a pretty tricky who said it.
Okay.
Which
They're all tricky.
I know they are. I've tried to make the clues a little more. Give it away a little more. Like the third clue generally is a little bit easier to kind of nail it because. But this one I was really fascinated by, and I think probably you might get it.
I'm ready to be fascinated.
All right. So this is a who said it.
Keep feeling fascination. Sorry.
Did you just make that up? I've never heard that.
No,
song.
well, you haven't heard that? Human League? Come on.
Oh, Human League?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was 3 or 4.
You,
So.
oh, fuck, I'm old. That wasn't even a very good rendition.
The thing that's funny is
there.
Ryan's younger than me, and he knew who that was. Or
Yeah.
he knew the song, yeah.
He's much more worldly.
Yeah.
Seems, yeah. From
I'd listen to-
Oshkosh.
Hey. But I've
Well, yeah, you've been around.
I literally been around the world literally twice, I think, in all the for flying.
I circumnavigated the globe.
All those nice 10-hour flights.
Yeah. Sounds fun.
No. They suck balls.
All right.
You're wrong.
So this is going to be a head-to-head tonight.
Okay.
Another head-to-head, Dan and Rye guy.
All right. Let me see your war face.
Look
like you.
like I'm constipated.
I know. I was going to say there's a shit pile on your.
I promise
on your chair.
eventually I'll bring a camera and set it up, and you can see.
Yeah, we'll have to do a video
shittiness that
cast.
goes on.
Yeah. So I've been looking at cool things to put in the new house in Murray when we move and set up the little podcast studio. I've already been eyeing a little refrigerator for our liquid refreshments. So we'll have to cart around the fucking cooler.
You gotta save money on ice.
Yeah.
True.
Sure.
that huge expense that you're always.
It's a non-needed excuse.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
It'll be fun.
All right. Should we start with
Oh
Ryan?
yeah, we're doing a quote.
Yes.
Yeah, so I can
Start with
it up.
Ryan.
Well, yes.
Okay, here's your quote, Ryan.
All right.
I don't believe in the afterlife. I believe this is it, and I believe it's the best way to live. 3 clues, and I have written down 3 works, but there are dozens.
I honestly want to say I've heard that one before. Looking
Okay.
through quotes to read before the show.
Let's hear it again.
I don't believe in the afterlife. I believe this is it, and I believe it's the best way to live.
I agree with that.
Sure.
3 clues, and I have 3 works written down, but there are many. What's your bid, Ryan?
I gotta go with 3 right off the bat.
Yes, that's good. All right, what say you, Dan? Ryan's got 3 clues.
I'm going to say 2 because you said that you made the clues a little more telling.
Oh, did
But that
Gotta pay attention, man.
I'm trying to make it. I mean, because nobody's really ever gone negative.
No.
and so I figured they're just too hard.
But none of us know the why.
And so
Yeah.
I know, right? Exactly. And so that's why I've tried to include. But Dan has just eliminated the 3rd clue, so now it's back to Ryan, and that might be a strategical disadvantage for Dan now.
Yeah, answer it, Dan.
Okay.
Do you need the quote again?
Sure.
I don't believe in the afterlife. I believe this is it, and I believe it's the best way to live.
Okay.
Clue number 1. Born June 9th, 1981. Jerusalem, Israel. Not helpful. Don't worry about that.
1981.
Yeah, don't worry about Jerusalem because that is not going to help you.
Then
Yeah,
why the
probably.
fuck did you say it?
That's where she's born.
That's a little fat.
See?
A little bit of a giveaway there.
She.
81.
All right. And clue number 2, her spouse is Benjamin Millepied. It's French, millipede. Looks like millipede. Millepied.
Again, no help whatsoever.
I know. Yeah, you eliminated your only clue and then gave it back to Ryan.
1981. Less than obscure female atheist.
Which there's
Well-
actually not a whole lot of.
And you wouldn't know her by her atheism.
Well, now that just got all fucky.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you needed the 3rd one.
81. I'm going to say Angelina Jolie.
Ooh, very good guess. You're on the right track, but no.
Yeah, I was just throwing it out there.
So Ryan gets a noodle. It's Natalie Portman.
I like
yeah,
her.
she was
I like
born
her
in
too.
Israel.
She has very nice eyebrows.
Interesting. I like other things about her, but
That's-
yeah,
I think
eyebrows
she's got
are
a
nice.
pretty nice everything.
She's got nice teeth as well.
Yes, that's that's one of the things.
What other weird things can we point out about her?
I wouldn't say that's one of the things that I notice about people of the opposite sex. I like eyebrows. I like good eyebrows. Like if your eyebrows are all fucked up, I'm not going to talk to you probably very much. 'Cause-
okay.
I for some reason I really liked her a lot in Garden State. She
Yeah,
seemed
that
like
was
a
a good
real
one.
like you know she had a disease in the movie or a
like-
disorder.
Have you seen?
By the way, clue number 3 for that was Where the Heart Is.
Yeah,
What the
wouldn't
fuck's
have-
that?
Yeah, it's a more obscure movie. I didn't want to make it like V for Vendetta or Black Swan, but Where the Heart Is, she starred in that. The Americus Nation that had the baby in the Walmart or whatever.
No.
Doesn't
Okay.
sound familiar.
All right, well, you guys would have failed
Well, like,
anyway. So
wasn't she a like? No, that wasn't. She was like an assassin's like partner in a movie when she was like 8 or something, 9.
Oh yeah, with
I'm trying to think of the name of that movie.
it was called like The Assassin. Or
Was it? When she was really young.
with
and
the
he's-
French dude?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's gonna kill me that I can't think of what that's called. I'm gonna have to look it up on my phone.
IMDb that shit.
Yeah, but no, like eyebrows are very important to me. They're
interesting.
So if they have alopecia, you don't like them?
oh well, they can. Yeah, there's things you can do for that, but like when they just pencil in the shit, or when it's like super
Or like the
thin,
tattooed.
or yeah,
Like
that
they
just-
shave it and then draw a line.
yeah, that crazy shit. There's a
about
woman
the
who works at
unibrow?
there's a woman who works at the local Smiths down here who has just fucking outrageous eyebrows. Like she shaved her eyebrows off and then she paints them like halfway up her fucking forehead, and they're usually into these like
Oh, wow.
fucking giant points,
Just
up to the top
geometric,
of her head.
angular.
Oh my god, they're fucking terrible.
Talking about women with unibrows, I know you guys watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You remember the crazy lady from It's Always Sunny who's like the fucked up family's like sister who's always trying to hit on the one guy?
Yes.
I saw pictures of what she looks like in real
That
life.
licks her lips all creepy.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Like she looks like a lizard. I saw a picture of what she looks like in real life. Fucking gorgeous.
Really?
Like she looks absolutely nothing like her character on that show. Like they make her look so ugly on that show. When in real life's like, wow, she's a very beautiful woman, and on that show she's
The Professional.
Yes, that's what it was
Sorry,
called.
that was the Natalie Portman show with when she was very young.
By the way, I have no aversion to unibrows or eyebrows or anything. It doesn't really matter.
Really?
I might have one. Well,
I
When
would
it, when it looks like a
what
fucking
you're
clown,
yeah, like what
out
you're
of,
talking about
out of their
yeah.
other makeup.
When they shave it off and draw in their own thing, I don't care for that. But like, however,
you don't
they
mind a
naturally grow,
caterpillar
whatever.
crawling across the top of their face?
Yeah, not
no,
really.
like Tracy.
Not really.
Tracy every now and then will post something to my wall. Like around the holidays, I'll usually change my profile picture. You know, if it's close to Easter, it'll be like creepy fucking Easter bunnies or whatever. Or near
I love that
Christmas,
shit, man.
it's creepy Santa Clauses.
Yeah,
or,
I'll have to bring my for the holidays. I'll have to bring my. I have a sweet fucking. I did a Christmas poster.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like this. I did it on black board, so I used all like lighter pencils. But it's like this like creepy demon guy that's like got 4 arms that are like praying mantis arms that's coming across, and then there's like this wooden cross down the bottom, and this baby that's crucified on the cross, and then there's like a whole bunch of discarded toys on the bottom, like teddy bears and rocking horses and stuff with all black eyes that are all discarded on the bottom of the. No, but that's what Christmas is, right? It's the sacrifice of the innocent.
That's what Christmas is.
Right, it's the it's the slaughtering of the most innocent, right? So that's why I chose a baby.
Nice.
That's why I don't know why you're laughing. Like that's like you're an atheist. That's funny, right? That's not funny. That's the truth.
Funny. That's why I'm laughing.
I'll show you. I'll show it to you. You'll like it.
I'm
promise.
sure I will. I'll have to use it as a profile picture.
All right, I will bring it for our holiday episode.
I had the thought.
Actually,
the
we
other
should
day
do like a vidcast for the holiday one, and then
Yeah.
we can have that.
well, for like Christmas, because I won't be here in December.
Oh, well,
Are we 20 or 21 tonight?
We're 21 tonight. We can legally drink.
We
Yeah.
can drink. Yay!
By that we mean this is our 21st episode.
right?
Nice.
Should we do a couple of answers first, and then get back to the
You
news?
say sure. You're not going to be here in December.
No, I'm going back to Wisconsin for like the last 2 weeks of December.
Oh, we got to learn how to use this fucking
I
board,
know.
man, and shit. God damn it.
Well, you got 2 months.
That's not long enough. I'm gonna need more time than that for sure.
All right.
Looks like the fucking Starship Enterprise control board over here.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
You don't seem to have to adjust a whole lot of things, so...
Yeah,
No.
well, that's what I thought, too, when he left me in charge, and I fucked it up every time, so...
Yeah, true.
True. That's why Dan's doing it now, I
Well,
guess.
no, we should both learn how to use the new thing.
Agreed. Maybe one time we should get together not drunk.
Yeah, that'd probably...
What? You guys are funny.
That's silly. maybe I could try to write some shit down.
Oh, well,
That's right.
that's a good
Step
point, too.
1, on.
Yeah.
Step 2, move up.
Yeah, all of that kind of stuff would be helpful.
Which is funny because I can play Far Cry 3 on my PS3 just fine, drunk as shit. Which has way more. Well, no, not more buttons than that, but
No.
I use more buttons than he seems to.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, once it's all, as long as we aren't like messing around too much, we all talk into our mics.
Well, that's
Pretty much
the key. Yeah,
set it,
talking into the
forget
mic.
it.
Yeah.
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 All right, let's do a few answers first. Probably these are going to get a little trickier as I'm running out of sort of standard religious trivia, but see how you guys do.
Okay.
All right, here's the first one. Heaven and hell were created by the Roman Catholic Church. Before then, the Gnostic Christians believed in this.
The river Styx.
I don't know.
Hades.
Yeah, that's hell.
The Gnostic Christians believed in...
The after? I don't know.
Yeah,
I know Hades. I can't remember what they're.
No, what?
Hades.
Purgatory.
Also Catholic. They believed in reincarnation.
Oh, really?
Fuckers believe
Yeah.
in reincarnation?
Oh.
Yeah, these were Christians.
Oh.
So another interesting point in evolution of Christianity.
Didn't know they ever believed in that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, the Pope certainly sorted them out about that kind of thing.
Well, that was changed in the Council of Nicaea.
Yeah.
But all right.
Well, the last time the Pope tried to change something too, he kind of got his pecker slap when he said, "All atheists go to heaven," and then his other people are like, "Whoa, Mr. Pope, sir, I'm sorry. You
I'm
can't
sorry.
be saying atheists go to heaven."
Mr. Pope, sir, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
that's
I'm going to
how-
have to slap you in the pecker, Mr. Pope, sir.
I know, and I just
Sorry,
picture
so sorry.
I just picture Mike Tyson in a gym with a speed bag, like
That just made me think of what we talked about last episode.
I know.
That's not cool.
All right.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that episode
Yes.
of Tosh with
Yes.
the dude hanging in his ball bag between... Yeah, that was terrible.
That was horrible.
All right.
You make my balls creep up into my body cavity.
It's
Yeah.
like winter.
It's like winter.
When your dick goes inside.
Oh yeah,
you.
when it's cold, it's like, fuck you, I'm staying inside today.
That is
The conversations I have with my testicles.
I love how much of a Wisconsin reference that is.
Fuck you. I'm staying
It's winter.
inside today.
I'm staying inside today. Nobody from Arizona would ever even know to say anything like that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Answer number 2. He is mentioned more than Muhammad in the Quran.
Abraham?
It's not Abraham.
Allah.
It's not Allah.
Joseph Smith.
Jesus.
It is Jesus.
Yay.
Yeah.
That Jesus fucker, he's getting in all the books.
Yeah. It's getting in all the other books.
He's a popular dude, man.
Reminds me of a Brian Regan bit. The cranberry guy. Have you heard that one?
What?
Brian Regan with the cranberry The salesman for cranberry. That's what that reminded me of. He's like, I don't know what's going on with the cranberry guy, but he's getting in all the other juices. It's like, what do you got, apple juice? Make a cran apple. We'll go 50-50. What do you got, grape juice? Cran grape. What do you got, pork chops? Cran chops. It's like, take it easy, cranberry man. Take your sales trophy and go relax for a while.
Salesman of the year.
Yeah, Jesus is getting in all the other books.
That fucker.
That cran fucker.
Cran fucker.
That sounds even worse.
Yeah. All right. This religion evolved from polytheism.
Polyamorism?
Gods were El, Asherah, and Baal.
Baal,
Baal sounds familiar, but I
does.
can't think of what religion it is. The other two didn't sound familiar. But
Well,
Baal
El
sounds
is
familiar.
Saturn.
Oh yeah, El did sound a little familiar. Well, El sounds a little bit familiar because that's also tied to the Bible and
Yeah, I thought it might give it away a
I
little
think
bit.
Baal
there's
sounds
El
familiar.
and
I think Baal was
Elohim. I mean,
another-
even the Book of Mormon talks
I think
about that.
Baal was another sacrifice god where he sacrificed
Asherah?
himself for the...
Asherah doesn't sound familiar.
No, but just the way it's written. The
Hindu.
That's kind of what I was thinking
not
at
Hindu.
first. Hare Krishna?
well, there's a clue. There's a clue. There's a clue in the statement
Hare Krishna.
that this religion evolved from polytheism. So Hindu is still a polytheistic religion, right? So it couldn't be that.
Muslim, Islam.
It's not Islam.
It's that religion that had those three dudes in it at one point, and now they don't.
Correct.
Yeah.
No noodles. It's Judaism.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. These are getting a little tougher. Sorry. It's hard to find this much material every week.
I think the reason why I know the name Baal, because I think I was trying to find all the gods that have a sacrifice story where they were
Yeah.
basically
Baal was- yeah,
executed,
Baal was.
and it was a savior god that was executed. Baal was one of the gods that was one of the savior gods that was executed to forgive everybody of their wrongdoings.
Yeah.
Basically the same thing as Jesus, but it was way, way before Jesus.
Right.
Well, I told you guys I listened to last week's podcast again today, and I think it was you, Matt, who said, you know, with the whole Jesus sacrifice story is fucking bullshit. Like a true sacrifice would have been, I'm not going to heaven, I'm going to hell, and I will be tortured forever, taking the sins.
Yeah,
on,
that's
taking on
a
the sins of
sacrifice.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sacrifice.
Yep.
Not going to spend the rest of your life in
Not to
bliss.
be
Not
vice
spending
god.
a weekend to be vice god of the universe.
Yeah, not spending a weekend, 3 days, then resurrected. Sacrificing quote a weekend to be vice god of the universe forever.
Yeah.
That's no sacrifice.
You've had a few killer lines. I love that, and I love the, you know, you don't discuss religion with people because it makes them admit something embarrassing.
Right. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah,
I think those are my two favorite. Those are really good. I like that.
yeah, appreciate that.
What do I say that you like?
Oh man,
Sorry.
sorry. And no, that makes my dick want to hide for the winter or whatever. What was it?
You say so many things that just fucking crack me up. There's the what's the tree situation?
Oh yes, I sleep in the trees.
Trees.
That's my goal. If I can make you laugh at least just a little bit, I've done my job. What's life without laughing?
I like to giggle. In case you guys didn't know that already.
Well, we got a 1-to-1 noodle tie here.
Fuck, this is a high-scoring game.
Who's winning?
This is like the WNBA. Sorry, that might have been offensive.
I don't know. How do you score 1 point in basketball?
No, it's just going.
Just one free throw.
They're not necessarily high-scoring games.
No, I know. All right. He was the only apostle to witness the crucifixion of Jesus.
John.
It is John. Very nice, Ryan.
Good one.
That was the only one I could think of right then.
John. I hope that's right. I hope that's right.
Just like, I know there's like 11 other of them, but
All right, we'll leave it at that for now. Let's hit another newsy item. Ryan's up 2-1 on Dan.
We got some fuckery going on here in Pennsylvania.
Oh, yes, we do.
There's fuckery going on everywhere.
Yeah, this story. Oh, man.
But
I feel bad for this kid, though.
I know.
bad
It's
for him,
such
too.
bullshit.
I think this story actually broke today. Is when the story broke.
Yeah, it was posted today.
Where a Pennsylvania teen is being charged under an obscure 1972 law for simulating a sex act with a Jesus statue. And the thing is,
Have you seen the picture?
The picture's good.
hilarious.
Oh, yeah, I showed you earlier, yeah.
In the picture, he just has his shirt off, which there's nothing illegal about that. His pants and all the rest of his clothes are on. And it's one of those Jesuses where, he's bent over.
Jesus is on his knees,
he's praying. And the kid went up to it and made it look like Jesus is performing fellatio on him. And it's quite...
I got filleted by the Lord and Savior of everybody's.
It's quite funny. And he posted it to his Facebook, and that's where it got found. And he's basically being charged for desecrating a statue of Jesus.
Who was the fucking asshole who even reported this in the
Yeah, no shit. Well, yeah, no shit.
Like, what kind of fucking asshole sees this on Facebook and doesn't even just, ignore it or hide the post or block the person or unfriend them or report it to Facebook, but goes the extra mile to call the fucking police?
And who are the fucking cops that are like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
Fuck, we gotta go arrest this kid.
But not only that,
14 years old, he should know better.
Not only that, but how many fucking really egregious and nasty photos that are actually problematic has this guy scanned over before he saw Jesus fucking giving this guy head?
Hey,
I can't have that.
Yeah.
Jesus loves everyone.
Jesus would never.
Jesus loves
Jesus would never
everyone.
Jesus would never suck a 14-year-old cock. That's reserved for priests.
Right. Yes. Exactly. Or Mary Magdalene.
The 1972 law says it's a crime to desecrate a venerated object.
Desecrate
He
and a
didn't desecrate
venerated
it.
object.
Yeah. What? How do you define desecrate and how do you define venerate?
He may have done something to it that some people will find objectionable.
Okay.
Objectionable.
Objectionable. Fine.
But as some other people would find,
Does that mean desecrate?
hilarious.
Right. So how do you define desecration? It just seems like it's an easy case if you're the attorney defending this kid because there's so many subjective things in this
If he
particular
did it in his
law.
own house, would he get in trouble? And took a
No.
picture like that? No.
No.
What about there was a
What if he put himself in a position of having Jesus give him a piggyback and his Facebook quote was like, "The Lord is carrying me today," or something like that. Would they charge him with this same stuff?
No, that would be fine.
No,
'Cause that's
that would be
worship.
totally
So
fine.
what
That's
we're
not
saying is
desecration.
he should have taken Jesus from behind.
But so
Yeah.
So to desecrate something, according to the Google's definition, is to treat a sacred place or thing with violent disrespect, to violate it. I don't see that he violated it or treated it with
How do you-
violent disrespect. There was no harm done. There was no damage done.
So there again, you have more definitional issues. What does sacred mean?
So that ain't sacred to me.
Right? What does violate mean?
Yeah.
Right? So now you have to dig even deeper. I just think this whole thing is just it's the hyper offense taking by religious people.
Uh-huh.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because when you actually try to figure out what the fuck is going on, we've already dug a little bit deep into what this offense, it doesn't make sense still. What does violate mean? It's a statue. It's a fucking piece of stone.
Is the
How do you
church-
violate
Or plastic
that?
or whatever the fuck
plastic,
it's made out
whatever,
of.
polymer. So how do you violate that? What does that mean?
So the thing that
What
I
is he
thought
doing?
about when I saw this picture
Plus,
and
he's
read the
14
story
years old.
is that, so I don't know if all of our listeners know, but KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, was started here in Utah.
Thanks for letting us know what KFC means, by the way.
Well, not everybody
I know.
knows.
Well, I mean,
Some of them young folks.
everybody knows.
You would think it means. I couldn't think of anything right at the bat. Chicken fried country.
Now that would be it. Okay,
Hey,
right,
if you
very
came
good,
from
Ryan. Very
Kentucky,
good.
chicken be spelled with a K.
Kentucky fucked chickens. So the thing I thought about when I
Desecration of a
saw
sacred
this
object.
was that Kentucky Fried Chicken started here in Utah, and it started as, what was it, Harmon's Cafe or whatever, and it's in Salt Lake City on State Street, and like 3300 South was the original location for it. 33 or 3900, I can't remember which.
I think it's more like 39.
But
It's down there.
But outside this first location of KFC, they have a statue of Colonel Sanders. And I have pictures of Tracy and I outside the KFC standing next to Colonel Sanders, this bronze statue of Colonel Sanders. Like, I'm cupping his balls, and I think she's pinching his nipples or something. I don't remember what. And I was like... So
the Colonel would be very
if
mad.
anybody was in the practice of worshiping Colonel Sanders, would I be charged with desecrating a venerated object?
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it'd be defamation of Colonel's chicken nuggets.
And then the other thing that struck
That
me...
was funnier than you guys gave me that.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Nothing. No, go ahead. Go keep.
Well, then the other thing that struck me was... And I feel kind of bad that I even thought about it secondarily to the picture that I had of grabbing Colonel Sanders' testicles.
Chicken nuggets.
Was that, this sounds like charging this 14-year-old kid with desecrating a venerated object sounds a whole lot like a fucking third world country's anti-blasphemy law.
Yeah. It sounds an awful lot like an Islamic State.
Yeah. So your right of religious privilege trumps his right of First Amendment free expression.
Yep.
Is basically what this boils down to.
That's what they fucking want. That is what they want.
And the thing is the church that owns that statue does not want charges pressed on him.
Oh, that's even worse.
Really? I didn't read that part of it.
Yeah, it was,
That's even worse.
Love
then.
Inc. It was something Love Church.
Well, okay, so wait, so it's private property. I guess but that's still.
But even then, the most
that makes
it would
it
be
worse.
would be possibly trespassing. Right?
That makes it worse because it's private property, and the people who own it
aren't
say no, let's not prosecute, and the government, aka police, are saying, yeah, we'll fucking
The
charge him
government,
as if it's public land,
which is not to respect any establishment of religion,
right?
But apparently has created a law doing just that, and not only has created it, but is willing to prosecute a 14-year-old fucking kid.
And hired a military force
For taking
to prosecute a child for doing just that. Yeah,
It's such fucking horseshit.
I don't know how many constitutional violations that is, but
Yeah, this has the potential of being very, very big and very, very shitty and very good, possibly, depending on how things go. But I just can't believe that there, like I said, for somebody on Facebook who would have been friends with this kid to go, well, I don't like this. Not only do I not like it, I'm not just going to just hide the post or unfriend the kid or block him or report it to Facebook, but I'm going the extra mile of fucking calling the police and saying this kid made a statue of Jesus look bad to me personally. I don't like it, so I'm calling the fucking police about this.
These are probably the same people who are ultra-conservative and always say, them damn liberals are trying to be too PC. They just need to let people be the way they want to be, Stop acting like that. It's stupid. Well...
Trying to shove their religion down my throat.
Yeah.
Trying to shove atheism down my throat.
yeah.
That was the other news article I was trying to find. And I couldn't fucking find it right now. I was looking real fast. Where I can't remember which senator it was that wants to try and make secularism a religion, so that way they can.
That was fucking Rick Santorum.
Santorum. Yeah, so they can force all secularist things out of schools.
Right.
The frothy mixture.
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
Fuck Rick Santorum.
This is by definition a secular country.
He's such a fucking dipshit. Like, he doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. He couldn't find his ass with both hands in a flashlight. He wouldn't know the truth if it fucking fell out of the sky, landed on his face, and started to fucking wiggle. That guy's a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Rick Santorum.
No, he is.
What a horrible piece of shit. He doesn't... Fuck that guy.
Is he one of the people you hate?
Yeah.
I kind of hate that guy.
And
Pretty close.
I honestly do think it's going to be him and Cruz, the leading runners for the Republican Party for the next presidential nomination.
know. I mean,
don't think you're going to put him up?
I could see.
I think they might put him up. They may run, but I don't think they would end up as they wouldn't. They would end up as
Cruz has a little momentum right now.
I was thinking Perry, but with Perry's recent stuff going on,
Santorum
Perry
had his
was,
ass,
but that was a big hit. Yeah, for sure. Santorum, I don't think has a lot of momentum right now. Cruz
Perry's
has a
out
little
because
bit.
he's a fucking moron. Santorum had his ass handed to him in the primaries last time.
Yeah.
Cruz, maybe, but he's so fucking far out there that nobody's going to support him.
Yeah, but the thing is, the reason why he got elected in Texas was because the right-wing delegates they had were not Tea Party enough.
True, but
nationwide, no.
Oh yeah,
nationwide,
he'd
no.
have his ass handed to him.
I'm not saying he would get far with it, but
No.
I think as far as a person we're going to see on the podium doing a debate before we actually get our
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
who's
finalists.
going to run against Hillary? I mean,
well, and that's a good question. I was just trying to think who as a Republican would be able to run on a national ticket,
against Hillary.
and I can't fucking think of anybody.
I don't think anybody would beat Hillary right now.
Well, I can't even think of
She's
anybody
been
that
around
would even
so
make
long.
it close. I mean,
No.
Chris Christie, I think, would probably be toward the top of the list,
He had
but
the whole,
he's
he
got
had
the
whole
Bridgegate thing
exactly.
going on.
Yeah.
The whole highway shutdown issue, and
He's got the Bridgegate thing going on. He doesn't, and this isn't anything that I personally view as valid or anything, but he doesn't look presidential. He doesn't have the physique.
sure,
over-
sure.
You know, he's
I mean,
overweight.
I honestly, I think Mitt Romney has a better chance to run again.
a third
I mean,
failure.
Well, and Romney
but
has said
compared
him.
to, I mean, who else is there? You know, he's got the, every
Rand Paul.
Yeah.
Rand Paul.
Rand Paul. Yeah.
Who Bill Maher said if Hillary runs, he's voting for Rand Paul.
Bill Maher
Maher's a
did?
fucking idiot.
Fucking.
I don't like Bill Maher that much.
That comment surprised me because I thought
I don't mind some of Bill Maher's comedy.
Yeah,
but
his comedy, but his political views are fucking retarded.
Oh my god, yeah, he believes in a lot of fucking wooey shit.
Yeah, he's super wooey.
He was anti-vax for quite a while. He's anti-GMO.
He's not skeptical at all.
No, he's an atheist. He's not a skeptic,
Well, yeah,
or at least not a very good skeptic.
I hate to even call him an atheist because there's only so much of that woo that I'll allow into the atheist category. Like when you start talking about spiritual stuff and thinking equals manifesting in real life and all that. Like, come on, you're not you're talking about shit that has nothing to do with atheism at all. Like that's some kind of weird Deepak Chopra God spiritualism stuff that's just bullshit.
Oh, and he's on the board for PETA, so there's that.
Yeah, PETA's kind of tricky, but
No, PETA's a terrible organization.
I think they're a little extreme.
I think there are a lot of people who
they're not
believe
what
in
they say
PETA
they
and
are.
want
I mean,
want to support PETA, and they do it with the best of intentions, not knowing the horrible fucking shit PETA does.
Well, yeah, they do some horrible stuff,
Yeah.
but I guess when I see PETA, I think people that want ethical treatment of animals, which basically mean I want you to be vegan.
Well, that's on the extreme end of some PETA's agenda, but
which is usually when I think of them, where I'm kind of like, I'm all for eating meat. I fucking love bacon. If you want to treat that pig a little nicer before you get slaughtered, I'm all for that. Maybe it'll make the bacon taste better. I fucking love bacon.
yeah, PETA just there's tons of problems with PETA that we could get into sometime if we really, really want to, but yeah, Bill Maher, if he said he would vote for Rand Paul. Seriously?
He said he would vote for Rand Paul instead of Hillary Clinton.
Well, did he say why?
I can bring the article up right now.
Why the fuck would anybody vote for Rand Paul over Hillary Clinton if they espouse leftist views much at all? Like, is it because Rand Paul claims to be a libertarian? And Bill Maher likes to say he's a libertarian sometimes?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's thinking.
Here's the article says, comic and real-time host Bill Maher said that his support of the Democratic Party does not extend to the highly favored 2016 Democratic nominee for President Secretary Hillary Clinton. In fact, Maher told The Hill's Judy Kurtz in an interview published on Wednesday that he is more intrigued by Libertarian Republican Senator Rand Paul. Says, Rand Paul is an interesting candidate to me. Rand Paul could possibly get my vote.
Rand Paul's an interesting character to me because he would have voted against the Civil Rights Act and is fucking terrified of women who show up at a diner asking him about the Dream Act and runs away like a frightened little child. Mr. Pubehead fucking dipshit.
Oh,
Fuck Rand Paul. He's an asshole. He's an asshole, and he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about on so many different things. And he fucking backpedals and glad hands and schmoozes and fucking... He's a disingenuous fucking backpedaling piece of shit. Fuck Rand Paul.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't love him either.
I guess I don't really follow him too closely.
I got to disassociate myself from the pubehead comment, but...
Why?
Well, I mean, because curly hair has nothing to do with his views.
Oh, no, sure.
I have curlyish hair anyway, but... and
pube head.
And you got quite a pube chin
pubes.
going on, yeah, so...
And I just got a large forehead.
Yeah.
No, and that's not to say that Rand Paul is an entirely horrible person.
Is that a way to bring attention to the the hairline? Oh, okay.
No. Oh, I haven't cut my hair in like 2 weeks. Like,
yeah, no, it is getting long, yeah.
Well, and it's not to say that Rand Paul is an entirely inhuman being or an entirely shitty person, but he's not anybody that I would want to see.
Oh no,
fucking in
no,
the
I totally agree.
For sure,
I totally agree. I think it was a little bit of an ad hominem there.
Well, of course,
yeah. Oh, which by the way, we've decided to add a new segment to the show, which will be covering different logical fallacies, things that religious people use against atheists, and how those fallacies are employed and used commonly. We'll go through and describe
some of the more common arguments.
Ad hominem is a good one. I think argument from ignorance is a good one. Confirmation bias is a good one. We've got a lot of ideas coming up. We'll go through and describe those and work that out.
Yeah,
maybe next week I'll work more on that than I will on games.
Okay.
But
we'll just
there are literally
pick one to talk about, and we can each kind of do our own.
Oh yeah, well
yeah, sure, we could all do research on it, but I mean there are literally thousands. I mean I've gone through probably, I don't know, maybe 250 of them or something, and some of them are really odd. The strange ones and stuff.
What goes through was it the Chariots of Fire? Is that their website?
Oh, no, Iron Chariots.
Iron Chariots. No, why didn't know Chariots of Fire? Yeah, never mind.
That's Iron Chariots Wiki.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. No, not the Iron Chariots. Well, that's a good resource for some of the fallacies.
I just know they have a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah, they do. But even just YouTubing it, you can find a ton. Philosophers will go through and break it down and all that. But
any good person who's going to be skeptical about something, multiple resources.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to talk about a lot of the different fallacies and then a lot of the different arguments and or responses that to religious, statements or questions like things that I see posted online all the time, people asking questions like, what do you people say, as atheists, what do you all say when somebody says argument? Bless you, or when somebody says that, the universe couldn't have come from nothing.
Right. Well, that's an argument from ignorance, which is a great fallacy to start with, because almost the entirety of religious belief is based on the argument from ignorance, and then it's bolstered by the confirmation bias fallacy. So argument from ignorance would be like, an example would be like, well, how else do you explain the creation of the universe? Which also begs the question fallacy.
Yep.
But it's, if you can't explain it, then it's this, right? This thing that I made up. Well, that's exactly the argument from ignorance fallacy. So I think maybe we should start with that, because that's the basis for almost all theism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, therefore God.
Yeah.
Right, I don't know, therefore God, yeah.
Or I hear all the time, well, then what's our purpose?
Well, purpose...
As if we have to have
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
yeah, purpose is...
That's a loaded question.
It is. It's a complete human construct.
That's why I like to use...
As if the universe owes us some kind of purpose.
I like to use the Cosmos calendar for that one. Where you think, I'm like, do you honestly think you have a purpose? I'm like, in the realm of from beginning of fucking time till now, You are the smallest increment of a fucking millisecond. You don't even register on the scale.
Yeah.
Like, as a matter of fact, humans just started walking 1 minute ago.
Yeah.
Right.
So you honestly think we have a purpose in that large of a scale, that one person has that much purpose to do something in that large of a time frame, that large of a scale, that you're going to make that huge of a difference in this entire universe
and
and
you know,
world?
we can start talking about the big things like, you know, the fucking repeated stupid trope that, you know, evolution's just a theory, and
Right.
talking about scientific terms and the use of the word theory and
Yeah,
shit like
well,
that.
I mean, yeah, that I don't know if that would be necessary. Well, there might be a fallacy involved there, but
Yeah.
Well, it's
Well,
like they
well,
say the definition of theory when they get it wrong. When they say, "Well, theory is just a guess, just a theory," I'm like, "No, it's a hypothesis. The hypothesis is what you come up with. Going,
Well, that's-
I think this is how it works. Let me do my research, figure it out, and get rid of everything that does not work."
that's what drives
And
me
then
nuts
you get
about
to the
that.
end.
Because there's actually two definitions for theory.
There is.
And one is the scientific way, and the other one is the layman's term, which was what they're using.
Yes.
Which in scientific terms is a hypothesis.
Yes.
It's just a conjecture.
Yeah.
Here's my guess about this.
Which is basically what a hypothesis
we
is.
should just get rid of that altogether and use hypothesis for all of that.
Yeah.
You know, because then they take the layman's terms of theory, what they know. Here's my theory about why people don't stop at stop signs for long enough. And then they say, well, this theory of evolution is just a theory,
Yeah.
right? Because their stop sign thing is not backed up by any evidence. They think Darwin's ideas weren't
Yeah.
either.
Well,
That's
we'd
just
even-
not fucking true.
We'd even kind of talked about it earlier, like not on air, but earlier tonight, saying how Darwin was a religious person.
He started out that way, yeah.
Yeah, he did start off as a religion. He wanted to be a preacher. Oh, yeah. But he wanted to be a clergy.
Sure.
Yeah, that was his original life goal, but he had done some research and some looking, and all of a sudden, even though he wanted life to be one way, everything he viewed, everything he saw, everything he did and learned pointed another direction. So, being the scientist, I guess, basically, you can consider him a scientist almost.
He was a
Science
biologist.
minded.
Yeah, of that time.
No, he was a biologist,
He
yeah,
kind of
sure.
made the jump to, well, what I thought before is now incorrect. This here proves that to be wrong. Therefore, I have to go with what has proved me right.
Yeah, the truth doesn't really care whether you're comfortable with it or whether
No.
you want to believe it or not.
Which so Darwin
the
doesn't
truth is
care
the
at
truth
all.
regardless.
Right. And I think the funny thing about that is that most religious people want to pick on Darwin for his ideas about natural selection and evolution, and not
They
the
weren't
fact.
even his ideas to
No, I know,
start with.
but not the fact that he grew up thinking he wanted to make a career out of lying to children about hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have a problem with that at all.
Yeah, and that he never even mentioned the word evolution.
No,
That
well, of
wasn't-
course, no. That's why I said natural selection.
Yeah, that wasn't
But
a thing for him at the time.
yeah, right.
And that's what gets me. This is a man that dedicated his life to looking at species, to looking at going, well, I can see this species and this species, they're the same, but they're not the same. And looking at these minute changes in them, or just, between their, cousins or whatnot, and basically kind of going, this makes sense that this here evolved from this, or this has changed. This wasn't always like this. There was something before this that a different form it might have had at one time, but now it looks like this, which is basically what evolution is. And I liked how, I can't remember who I saw saying it. Actually, I think it might have been Neil deGrasse Tyson who was saying, it's like evolution takes place. When they say looking for that missing link, you can't find it. There is no such thing because it happened so slowly. Like there was never a first human. There was never a first anything. There's a slow transition where you start getting features little by little that changes into that thing.
Yeah,
I would say that a really good. This is a weird connection I'm making, but it's because I went to college for art, but
For 2 weeks. Oh,
yeah, for 2 weeks for art. But if you want to have some kind of an understanding of what the steps are like between during evolution between species or whatever, take a 2D traditional animation class, because what they do is they give you one frame say from Jungle Book or something like that, right? Of Baloo the bear or something. They'll give you one frame here, and then they'll give you another frame that's like 15 steps away, right? And it's your job to fill in between those two things. You got to draw Baloo the bear from every tiny little movement of every little piece of Baloo the bear from frame 10 to frame 25. You got to fill all that in to make that a smooth transition, and from that you can understand very easily how things can change over millions and millions of years. Like, it's easy to understand how that happens because you take two totally different pictures. And I know all the creationists are going to say, "Well, he's still a bear. He's still a bear at the end."
But in that context, when you take evolutionary context like that, where you take one shot of a creature, and you take another shot of that creature every 1,000 years, that's what you have. You have that slow change over. You have a million photos by the end of it, but you have that slow change where it's
exactly.
You can see the minute changes in it. So what science is doing is trying to find those minute changes. We might only have one under every, 100,000 years of say, hey, it's here. But when you line them up, it's like, well, they go in order, and this is fucking making sense.
I've never understood how especially Mormons who do a lot of genealogical work and look at old family photographs and everything, who... for me, it's always been this simple distinction or this simple view of, okay, I can look at pictures of my great-great-great-grandfather, and I can pick out subtle little things that, maybe his nose looks a little bit like one of my uncles, or his lips look a little bit like one of my aunts, or something like that. But you take all of those minute little changes, generation after generation after generation, you multiply that by 1,000 times or more than 1,000 times, and it's easy to see how, my kids aren't fucking carbon copies of me. They don't look exactly like I do. They don't look... They're not fucking... They're not clones or replicas of me. There are minor changes within them. And if you look at that and you spread that out over hundreds of thousands of fucking years, it's pretty easy to see how we arrived at where we're at today and that we're still evolving. And I hear people say that, evolution, so we just finally stopped at being human. No, humans are still fucking evolving every fucking day, every generation, every iteration of genetic material that's passed on and combined from one other family branch into somebody else. That you're still... Evolution doesn't stop. We didn't stop at evolving into where we are now. We're still evolving.
It's like if we saw the very last frame in the movie Bambi, and I said, his mom died at the beginning. They say, well, prove it.
Yeah.
Prove it. How do you know Bambi died at the beginning? Well, because we've looked at it. We've seen the research. We found the evidence that says Bambi died at the beginning of this movie. Well, I don't see it. I haven't seen it. Well, yeah, because you only seen the last frame. You got to go and research and find and dig and...
Yeah, it's always just baffled me how people cannot understand that, those subtle changes, those little changes multiplied over hundreds of thousands of years, time and time again, every individual tiny little change completely alters people. They're, like I said, my kids don't look just like I do. They look... There are some similarities in both of them, but they're not fucking carbon copies.
No. And when you look at every single creature, plant on this whole freaking earth, besides I think they did find one variation of plants that do not have RNA in them, but they basically live in like sulfur pits by volcanoes, some little microbes. Besides those things, because if someone had seen the same thing or looked at the same thing I read and say, well, there's these things, they don't have that. We all have the same chromosome, all linked us together that has the protein to digest sugars. Everything, a tree has the same exact protein in it as you do to digest sugars. So the same with a frog, a butterfly, an ant, they all have that same chromosome. So what's to say that's not that one chromosome right there is the one that links every single creature on this whole earth together?
God had to start with some kind of building block.
He started with sugar. Put a little sugar on it. It'll grow.
Oh, God, you're going to get Def Leppard stuck in my head.
Pour some shook up ramen.
Oh, God, no.
Have you seen that? The misheard lyrics or whatever? Pour some shook up ramen. Oh. Pour some shook up ramen. I'm like, what? Did you say shook up ramen?
Is that like instead of Tiny Dancer, Tony Danza?
Yeah, exactly.
When I was a kid,
Hold
I thought
me
it was
closer,
to
Tony Danza.
That's what I thought it was when I was a kid. Hold me
Really?
closer, Tony Danza.
Samantha.
We actually did. If you would like, I remember singing that when I was a kid, singing Tony Danza, and someone had to say, "No, it's Tiny Dancer." I'm like, you sure? Sounds like saying Tony Danza.
I'm sure Elton John was a big fan.
I mean, he was on some good sitcoms, some good laugh tracks.
What are you doing over there on your phone, Matthew?
Sorry, man. No, you're not supposed to bring that up on the air. I get a lot of. I'm only answering it because I've got some personal issues, maybe possibly going on at this point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There are big things happening and have happened recently in your family. I know.
Yeah, but sorry, I apologize.
You've got a nephew on the way. Is that right? Nephew or niece?
Nephew's due yesterday, and then nephew's grandma died last night.
Oh,
yeah. My brother-in-law, his mother, who I've been close to. They've been together for a long time, 10 or 12 years. I've known him a long time. He's a good dude.
Your brother-in-law and Beth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law Julian, yeah. And my sister Beth, yeah, lost his mom last night, so that's been tough.
Yeah,
so
I'm sorry to hear that.
no, it's she was on the decline, had a lot of she had blood cancer issues, and so it's just been kind of a brutal.
Yeah.
But it sucks. She was.
Fuck cancer.
It's one of those real kind of God challenging moments, because she was a registered nurse, and the ironic thing was that when my own biological grandmother was sick and dying, Pat, Julian's mother, was her nurse and worked extra hours, over cared for her. I mean, was just super awesome, really great, fantastic nurse while my grandmother was dying. And then Pat got this infection, and it's like, why Pat? And so my brother-in-law was having those same questions, and my sister too. Everybody that knows Pat. Why Pat? She's so sweet. She's so nice. She's never done anything wrong. Like what? I mean, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
She's just generally a good person. But
Yeah.
I mean, like
She didn't do anything to deserve this.
Sure, there's nothing that stands out, to anybody as her being deserving of this kind of a thing, and it's just one of those life events, and it's one that maybe it's confirmation bias for an atheist like me and my sister, but it's one of those situations where you look at it and you go, yeah, there's no way there's a fucking God that cares.
Yeah.
There could be a God, but he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
that's
Possible.
when you
I'm open to that idea.
When you look at diseases,
But there's no
and stuff,
loving God.
Yeah.
you
No
got to
way.
kind of take
No
it as
fucking
the.
way.
Yeah, I was really sorry to hear that. I saw Beth's posts about when trying to time the baby around all of
Well,
that
yeah, and she was really disappointed because it's her first child, and she struggled a ton to get pregnant. They spent a lot of money with fertility doctors and everything to try to get pregnant and everything, and Pat was really excited to have the grandson and everything, and then just missed it by a couple days.
That's hard.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry, man.
Anyway,
Sorry,
that's
Sorry,
why.
Julian.
Yeah, we're all sorry. Yeah, and Pat was great, but that's why I was checking my phone. But I apologize, and
Oh, don't worry.
thanks for
You fucking bastard.
thanks for bringing that up on the.
Oh no, I didn't know if you were looking up something.
No, I was just trying to make sure I didn't miss something, because I told you, I didn't know if I'd make it because I was before I left work, I was asking Beth and Julian, I know you guys are busy doing cemetery stuff and working all this out. If there's errands you need me to run or something you just don't want to do or whatever it is, let me know and I'll go take care of whatever it is, whatever.
Yeah.
And so that's when I text you and I'm like, there's a possibility I might not make it because if they need some help, I'm gonna. But yeah, so they were cool. So I was just checking my phone to make sure there was. Anyway, boring podcasting.
No.
Should we get some games here?
Sure.
Ryan's ahead by a noodle. What do you guys want to
2
do?
to
Some
1.
more? Yeah, 2-1. You guys are killing it.
Very low scoring evening.
2-1, and we're 5 possible noodles in.
Oh.
So you guys have been
doing
awesome.
very well.
No, but these are getting harder.
Okay.
To be fair. What do you guys want to do? You want to do some more answers first? Do you want another who said it?
I like answers first personally. I don't know about what Dan likes.
I like answers first.
All right, let's do that.
It's more of an open thing. We can just
Definitely more open, yeah.
know.
we can yell.
There's no bidding, but yeah, it's more open.
Yeah.
All right, the Bible is number 1 as a target of this crime worldwide.
Blasphemy?
It's not blasphemy.
Theft.
It is shoplifting, theft, yes.
Holy fuck nuts.
Yeah. The Bible's the number 1 shoplifted book in the world.
I was going with like laws using the Bible to like punish people. I was thinking like, 'cause a lot of countries have blasphemy laws.
That's true. All right, we're all tied up.
Yay!
Oh, poopers.
Here's why I turn the corner and start to dominate.
All right. Ryan versus Schwarzenegger.
Ooh.
The shortest verse in the
I'm
Bible.
sorry, I will stop you. Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger. You know what's interesting? Schwarz and Neger in German both mean black.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's Arnold Black.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting fun fact. The shortest verse in the Bible consists of these 2 words.
I think you've done this one
You
before.
have.
No, I did it for the Book of Mormon. And the shortest one was Lehi dwelt in a tent. But
No.
this is
Jesus wept.
it is Jesus wept.
You did do this one
You did.
before.
Okay, well,
Yeah, because I don't remember.
But I
anything.
remembered.
Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck. It's like, I remember something about it.
I think that was with Connie. When Connie was here.
You
oh yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right.
You doubled
You're
up
right.
on
I
this
did.
shit.
I did. Well, you know what?
But I remembered, so...
I still don't. Yeah, I don't.
Memories.
I don't know that that's a
My memories
disadvantage.
glands
'Cause
weren't working.
I was like, fuck, I know I've heard this one.
Ryan-
I know I've heard this one. What was it?
Ryan was there, so that's not a
Yeah.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
I told you my memories glands weren't working.
My memory
Memories glands.
I was trying to make it sound like memories.
You need to have a mammogram.
My moobs weren't leaking.
Go have a mammogram. This is considered the oldest book in the Bible.
Genesis.
Unknown Israelite authored it in 1500 BC.
Ooh.
It's pretty old. And it is not Genesis, which I believe was taken from the Sumerians.
Proverbs.
The Torah?
That's not it.
It is also not the Proverbs either.
I don't know.
Well, doesn't it, if you would think the Bible went chronologically, you'd think it would have to be Genesis.
I would. That's why I threw it out there.
But it sure doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not the last one, is it? No.
Revelation? No. It is Job.
Job.
That asshole, he's gotten me twice.
He's been the answer to too many things because I don't know.
He needs to get a Job's.
I know that I've lost out on.
Hey, man. Well, I got to come up with like 20 trivia questions every week.
No, it's
So
not
it
your
goes-
fault. It's goddamn Bible's
Goes
fault.
through a lot of stuff. Nowhere in the Bible pertaining to the nativity does it say there were these.
Three wise men.
That is so close.
He said wise men.
He said
I said
wise
three
men.
wise men.
I did say wise man because everybody knows there was 3.
I think he got the W. I think Ryan got the W
Ryan
out
started
first
it before I did.
But I
for
think
sure.
you actually finished it before he did.
But he started it for.
'Cause they
Ryan
brought-
started it.
What, they brought frankincense, gold, and myrrh.
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 They brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
What the fuck is myrrh?
It's a.
Besides an actor.
It's a spice.
That's an actor.
Yeah,
herb.
Myrrh. What show is he off of?
Myrrh?
Yeah, Myrrh.
the
The guy's
hell
name
is
is Myrrh
Myrrh?
on the show.
I don't have it.
I have no idea what you're
Myrrh?
talking about.
Yeah, there's a TV show, kind of a comedy show. The guy's name is Myrrh.
The only thing I can think of is
It's the one with
boots.
the 3 friends that do the jokes on each other. Practical Jokers.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, dude, it's funny. It's three friends that they go into public and they have to do.
I think
like,
it's
do
is
shit.
it Impractical Jokers?
Impractical Jokers.
Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, one of the guys' name on the show is Murr, Murr.
Yeah, I don't watch that stuff.
I was
show was
thinking
funny.
the only thing I could think of was, his name isn't Murr, but I was thinking of Glove and Boots. I don't know if you guys.
Glove and
It's a YouTube channel.
Oh.
They've got their website.
You guys watch a bunch of weird shit I don't know
Glove
anything
and
about.
Boots. It's a puppet show, but it's funny. And they have a. I think his name is Gorilla, but all he ever says is Murr. Murr.
That's interesting.
There's a lot of good stuff on YouTube.
I like Glove and Boots. They're funny. One of my favorite videos of all time was posted by my friend Tara Match, who pointed me in the direction of Glove and Boots. They did a PSA on vertical videos.
Oh, like your
where people use their fucking phone and they shoot a vertical video versus the landscape.
Yep.
And yeah, that's one of my favorites because I see vertical videos and vertical pictures. Vertical pictures, maybe not such a big deal. Vertical videos really fucking bother me. And so they did this whole PSA Glove and Boots things about vertical videos. That is very, very, very well done, very good, very informative, and to the point of don't fucking make vertical videos. Hopefully, if I post this enough times, and I posted it twice just yesterday, to let people know.
Don't fucking do that.
Don't do vertical videos, man. That shit is fucked up.
See, my big... This is nothing atheist related, but it's kind of related to that. I got this big pet peeve of iPhone photographers because I like to take photos. I got a whole bunch of photo gear. When I go out to take photos, I have a bag of lenses and batteries and adapters and tripods I'm carrying with me. And I'll go out and I'll be taking what I think are some pretty good photos.
You've done a lot of really great photos.
Yeah.
But then I'll have someone come by me with their iPhone and be standing like right next to me, see me taking a photo of something, and hold up and like try to snap it. And I'm like, yeah, I can get a good shot of that too. And I'm like, serious, dude?
I'll throw an Instagram filter on there. It'll be fucking badass.
Are you serious, dude?
I was gonna say, I was wondering where you were going with that. The thing that bothers me sometimes is when I see, people take a bunch of pictures. I don't mean to call you out on this, Danica, but I'm going to do it anyway. Tracy's daughter, Danica, is, globe-trotting right now for her senior trip with her Aunt Heidi. I mean, it sounds like she's just having the trip of a lifetime, fucking phenomenal time, and she's posting these awesome pictures, but they all have these shitty fucking Instagram filters on them, and I'm like, that's a really cool picture. I wonder what it looks like in real life. There's all these Instagram filters that it's like, God, the color's wrong, it's just... Mm-hmm. And this is coming from the colorblind guy, so... that I don't know if that really says much of anything other than I wonder what it looks like in real life. It would be great to know.
So
and
the color's really
because
fantastic and awesome.
Got this shitty fucking Instagram filter on it.
Or with my photos, I either try to grab like what it actually looks like when you're looking at it and try to grab that or put some perspective on it.
Well, and that's the coolest thing, right?
I hyper realize the colors in it and I add a whole lot of contrast and detail into it.
Yeah, well, and I wouldn't say that's the coolest thing, but generally speaking, when I take a picture of something, it's because it caught my attention. It caught my eye. I want to try to present it as I'm seeing it because to me it looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And cameras never seem to, and it's probably just because I'm not a professional photographer or anything, but I can never do justice to some of the things that I see that I just...
Well, of course, yeah.
I'm struck by, like, wow, that's fucking awesome. I should share this with people. And then it looks like shit.
Yeah.
And then I feel bad.
The thing is, I'll go out and I'll take 1,000 photos, and I might go through them, and I might pick out 100 that I like, and out of those 100 that I like, I might end up with 10.
Yeah.
But when I take a photo of something, I'll go through and I'll be changing settings of my camera. So I might take 20 photos of the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And your photos are great, man. They really are nice.
Yeah, a whole lot of the ones that I've seen online, they're really fucking impressive.
Yeah, they are really nice.
I really like them a whole lot.
Ryan Duffy Photography.
It's not up yet, but I need to start it because I've actually had several people ask me, do I have a business card?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I never have a business card. They say, well, if you don't get a business, what's your website? Like, well, I don't have
You
one
can
of
reach me at
those.
facebook.com/
Yeah, or Atheist of Utah.
Yeah. I take photos.
So,
You guys are tied right now
Yeah,
with
I know.
noodles. Should
Are we?
we do a tiebreaker? Yeah,
Sure.
you got 3 each.
sure,
Tiebreaker, and then
if we can answer it.
maybe we can. Yeah. Well, we'll go until you can, and then
Okay,
maybe one more news item and close it out.
sure.
All right. Let's do another.
Well, I was going to ask you if you got your drone fixed.
Oh,
yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a pain in the fucking ass. First, I changed out. Well, because I thought I thought I had another engine burned down in it. It wasn't the engine; it was the board that controls that engine. I called all the hobby shops here in Utah, and the one in Riverdale had one fucking board left. I got down there, I got that board for it, got it put in, got it installed, went in my backyard, flew it, worked just fine, and literally like 3 hours later, I was taking those photos.
Nice.
With it. So, and they loved them. They thought they turned out really good. And,
good.
The guy's house that we're at, just so you know, I was taking photos with a drone for a real estate agent who was trying to sell a home, but wanted an aerial view of this huge mansion this guy had set right in the middle of 2 acres of woods. And the woods went right up to the house on all 4 sides with the porch going off. It was
Dude, did you know?
badass.
I don't know if you even know that it was there. The fucking castle manor thing here along Antelope, across from Target. There was this like
No.
they would use it for like wedding receptions and
Okay.
school dances and shit. This I can't even remember what it was called, but it was like this castle looking fucking thing. They just fucking demolished the whole goddamn thing this week. It's fucking gone, and it was so fucking cool looking, and it's gone. It's a pile of fucking rubble now.
that sucks.
I was very sad when I went to pick up the pizza. I went
And
to
it was
pick up the
gone.
pizza to feed you guys for tonight's podcast, and
Yeah.
I drove past, and it was just the whole thing is fucking gone. It's just piles of fucking garbage now that they're hauling away, and I was like,
Wow.
damn, that's sad. That was so cool looking.
Just a Holocaust.
That's not nice.
I love the Sarah Silverman joke where it's like, what was the worst thing for the Jews about the Holocaust? The cost.
That's a
I know, and I'm not a Jew,
That's,
so it's kind of hard to say, but Sarah is.
I like Sarah
And it's
Silverman.
not my-
She has very nice eyebrows.
Does she now? She's a good-looking lady.
She is, definitely.
Yeah, I like Sarah, and she's funny.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do a Who Said It.
Okay. This one goes to me.
This
I
one
think.
does go to
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah.
The quote is, "Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known."
That sounds like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You've got 4 clues, and you could go -5.
holy fuckers.
I'll take 6 clues.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Can you have 6?
You've got 4 clues.
If he can't have, he said he wants 6, so I'll take 5.
Okay. Back to you, Dan.
I'll say 4.
4 clues. All right. Good opening bid.
Is Ryan going to go for 3?
That's what I'm wondering in my head. I'm like, I want to do it, continue it going, but the comedy part of that's lost. Then I thought strategy in my head. Like, if I go 3,
Then I could say 2, but the spouse is not going to fucking help.
no. So you're just going to tell me to fucking answer that shit?
Actually, the spouse on this one should help you.
I don't even know my friends' spouses.
Okay,
Come
well,
on.
then they won't help Ryan. But it
Actually,
should,
that's a lie.
it should
Anyone
help
listening.
most informed people.
Oh. Just because I don't care who someone sleeps with on a daily basis.
No, when you hear it, you'll know why I'm saying that. It's not a dig on you personally. You're saying it
3.
saying it without knowing. Okay, that's good. It's a good bid.
Ryan's going 3? Mm-hmm. You said the spouse will help. Is it clue number 2?
Oh, cold.
If so-
he gave us a cold
If
face.
so, I will say 2.
Then I'll say, Dan, answer that shit.
All right.
In 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Dan says 2, Ryan says answer it. Okay.
All right.
Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known. That's the quote. Clue number 1. Born November 9th, 1934.
Ooh.
Brooklyn, New York. Clue number 2, spouse. Lynn Margulis, Linda Saltzman, and Ann Druyan.
Same time or
That's Carl Sagan.
It is
Ann
Carl
Druyan.
Sagan. It is Carl Sagan.
Yay, noodles for Dan.
It is noodles for Dan.
With the win.
With the win for today.
I mean, Dan eventually had to win one.
Eventually.
Right. Well, yeah, he did get
I'll
killed.
do it
He
eventually.
He did get killed last week, but he's won plenty before.
So you say.
He's
So you say.
he's actually
I'm skeptical.
smoked you quite a bit.
Well,
But, yeah, Andrew.
history will.
Yeah. Andrew
was the
I didn't
giveaway.
know that he was married 3 times.
Either did I. Well, it's
Clue number 4 was Contact,
what was
starring
clue number
Jodie
3?
Foster and Matthew McConaughey.
Was he in that?
No, he wrote it.
Oh, he wrote that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did not know he wrote that movie.
yeah,
Well, he wrote the book that the movie was based on.
right. And the negatives were obviously Cosmos, Demon Haunted World, Pale Blue Dot, Dragons of Eden, Billions and Billions, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Those books. Yeah,
Demon Haunted World, Science is a Candle in the Dark. That was
Yep.
the first
it's a great
bit
book.
of atheist-related literature that I ever read.
It's a fantastic book.
It's amazing. I fucking love that book still.
I think when I first got into realizing I was an atheist and going, well, what do these atheist people say? Was actually Hitchens.
Yeah.
Going on YouTube and just looking up like atheism and looking at debates. I think it was honestly Hitchens that was first people I started watching debates of, and I'm like, this guy's badass.
Yeah. Jason Stock turned me on to Carl Sagan back in 1994, I want to say, 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, Sagan's good, man.
I think I watched, because I was actually at work the day the Cosmos came on, the first episode with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I was at a station where literally nothing happens unless the shit fucking world is destroyed. So it's a boring station, and they showed every single one of Carl Sagan's Cosmos that day. I sat there and watched every single one of them until Neil deGrasse Tyson came on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? I like the old Sagan Cosmoses.
You got to say the graphics in the new one were pretty fucking badass.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
though.
sure,
for sure.
yeah.
But Sagan just has a way that he presents. They both do, though. They both have the way they present themselves as being, I guess, enthusiastic and showing, I guess, I don't know how to say it, like pride in what they're doing, and
Yeah.
Well,
it makes you want to learn more about
There's
it.
a charisma that they
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
They inspire
Charisma,
you.
The enthusiasm. That
Yeah,
they
they're
have,
passionate, for sure.
passion. Yeah, and the way that they pronounce different things. You know, Carl Sagan had a very distinct way of saying different things, and then I was constantly struck by the way Neil deGrasse Tyson says "water."
It says what?
Water.
Oh, water.
Water.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even want to say the word right now. I'm thinking I'm going to say it all Wisconsin.
Water.
No, we don't sound like a duck.
Water. No,
don't?
that's more Boston.
That's more Boston. Water.
I think we'd say water.
Water.
Water? Oh, that's fine.
Water.
Water. Water.
Water?
The
Water.
Now we lost the podcast.
Nobody's listening anyway.
Nobody's listening anymore. We're just going, water.
Yeah. Water. Water.
All right.
What was that it, or did we?
That was
have
it for
something?
questions.
Do you want? I have more. I have a couple more things if you guys want to play another game. But
Do we have anything
We're at
we
about-
want to rant on here towards the end?
do we have a news item?
We've already kind of covered the major news I can
Okay.
think of that's been happening lately in the past week or so.
Yeah, nothing I can think of.
We can call it or play another game. Dan's up by one noodle.
I think we should call it. We're all done. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Or do we want to try and instate the newest thing? We're probably running a little late to try to do because that'll probably last another 40 minutes if we start talking about
What?
the other
fallacies?
shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's next week for sure. Well, no,
Yeah.
week after
So
next week.
I know Bob wasn't able to come here. Bob Henline wasn't able to come here again tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought it might be, I don't know if it would be appropriate to bring up the idea he had recently and how we're going to possibly do, I I would say, a guerrilla feed the homeless operation.
Gorilla.
It's kind of guerrilla-like.
A gorilla, not GOR.
No.
We're gonna have a bunch of gorillas feed the homeless.
It's when we say when you do something kind of on a little bit of the sketchiness of it. It's like a guerrilla warfare. You're kind of going out there and it's kind of we're gonna follow the law to the edge of the line,
Pretty much.
For those that don't know what we're talking about, because you don't.
Because you're fucking stupid. That's why you don't know.
No, honestly, anyone who's listening at this point knows what we're talking about.
You might, yeah, true.
If they're new, they're not listening at this point.
So we had looked into it. We had talked about it on the show previously about trying to do a thing about where we go and how we're going to do the clothing handout with some warm clothes. But we also wanted to incorporate a feed the homeless type thing into it. And I had went and I kind of looked at the laws, and the law is so asinine that it makes it almost impossible for your average Joe to go out there and put on a small event to help feed people in the park.
Well, I think a lot of the points so this all kind of transpired in a Facebook conversation in the Atheists of Utah Facebook group where Bob posted out there that he wanted to do this, and we could do a barbecue and invite our friends / homeless people to join us at the barbecue, and I made a comment of that sounds great, I'd love to help. However, I know Ryan has looked into this before, and he said that there were several obstacles in the way, legally speaking, that would make this not such an easy thing to do if we wanted to be all on the up and up with Mr. Johnny Law. And Bob said, well, we can do this and that and whatever. And then Ashton made a couple good points about how, they want to make sure that the people who are doing it, not only are they delivering safe and sanitary food to these people, but that they can manage and handle people who may be drunk, on drugs, have mental issues, all of these different things that, are related to a lot of the people in the homeless community. Which I think are all valid concerns, and I can understand why they create laws around that kind of thing after reading a lot of Ashton's comments related to that. But yeah, I think this would be awesome to get out there and give food to those who are less fortunate and
I
are in need of assistance.
I still have a bunch of clothes.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah, fuck, dude. I personally have so much shit that I need to.
Yeah, man. I should. Do you have it ready? I'll take it with me, and we'll wash it and fold it and put it with our other
I
stack.
could probably give you some stuff tonight. I don't have it
okay.
ready, set aside
That's
now.
fine.
But
that's fine. I know Ryan's got some stuff too that's kind of set aside, but not quite. But we're getting close. And it's coming fast. I mean,
the cold nights are coming.
Wayne Talento.
Yeah, Wayne.
I don't know. I just call him out every episode. I don't know why. No, I love Wayne. He's great.
While we're calling people out, listeners that we know we have, I want to say, hey, congratulations and great job, Mr. Greg Hawkins, for having your little story published in the recent American Atheists magazine about losing your religion while out on your LDS mission.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have had a chance to read that or know Greg, but it's a really fucking cool
I know
article.
a Greg Hawkins, but that's a common name, so
yeah,
I'm assuming it's a different person.
Yeah, he's a younger guy in Atheists of Utah, fairly new to atheism. Like I said, he lost his religion while out serving an LDS mission. So
interesting.
I think I'd actually sent him a personal message a while back, like right when he came out as atheist. And I didn't know it. Because he had kind of posted a little bit of his story. I was like, "Hey man, I'm making these videos where I'm like getting people's stories. There, you could talk. You got a really interesting one. Would you be interested?" It's like, I don't think I should be in front of a camera right now. I don't want people really. I'm kind of keeping it quiet.
Oh, I think he'd be totally down for
now
it
that
now.
he's.
Yeah, we should try to get him on the podcast sometime.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And have him out here.
I think he would make a good interview because he's got a relatively
Also, hi to
interesting
Mel.
story.
We had a great time with you last week.
Yeah,
that was awesome. That was a lot of fun.
That was fun as hell.
You're welcome back.
Absolutely. Yeah, I had a really good time. So next week I'm moving. The week after we'll be doing whatever. And then the following week we'll have Bob Henline.
Okay.
I've scheduled him. I think I sent both of you guys messages
Yes.
saying that
Yeah.
he said he was on board for the
He's gonna cook us
24th.
some ribs.
And yeah, he'll make us dinner. He'll make
Okay.
some ribs and mac and cheese.
Ribs and mac and cheese. I know. I was thinking about that. I'm like, that's the steak and lobster for Alabama.
So even though next week we will not be recording a episode, we've already pre-recorded an episode that will be put out next week. So next week there will be an episode online for you to listen to. It's been pre-recorded.
We got one in the bank.
Got one in the bank. Bank's got $1. after that, we broke.
We'll throw that out while I'm moving, and then the following week we'll record another podcast, and then we'll have Bob back. Bob on.
Well, yeah.
Then we'll have bourbon.
Yes. From Murray, Ryan will have to drive more.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Matt will have to drive less.
True.
I still won't have to drive at all.
That's okay.
But it'll be good. We'll have a whole separate little room there in the Murray.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Yeah.
It'll be nice. I mean, yeah, I feel bad for Ryan, but at least,
I drive.
cuts my 120-mile round trip every week.
Yeah.
But
That's rough, man.
Yeah, it's always
Dedicated.
That's usually what a
Cheers to
one-way
you.
trip to the desert is.
Cheers to
Yeah.
you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Well, I don't know. What's your mileage going to be to Murray?
I'm not even 100%.
Be around that, won't it?
South Salt Lake.
Around 40.
Yeah, it won't be quite.
Be about 45.
Won't be
one
quite
way,
that
I think.
long.
I'm 17 to here.
So yeah, be about 45.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So 150
Who? What?
Huh?
round trip.
45 plus 45.
It's 90.
Oh, 90.
Unless you're exercising that Provo math.
Yeah, Provo math. Provo math.
All right, Provo math is awesome. That's what they teach in the Bible.
That is what they teach in the Bible and the Book of Mormon. All right, are we
then.
done?
I think
I
so.
think we're done this week.
Yep. Well, thanks for tuning
Okay,
in,
bye.
everybody. We appreciate it. Hey, if you have any ideas for us, if you have any questions, comments, gripes, fucking congratulations, want to tell us thanks, want to do whatever,
Just let us know you're listening.
yeah, contact us at Godless Rebelution. Is it the Godless Rebelution or just GodlessRebelution at gmail.com?
It's Godless Rebelution.
GodlessRebelution at gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook at the Godless Rebelution.
Or Matt and Ryan.
And
On Facebook,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
today that I'm going to set up a new Google Voice phone number where people can call, leave us messages. We'll play your messages online eventually.
All right.
And answer questions, all that good kind of shit. We'll get that set up in the next couple weeks, and we'll let you guys know what the new number is. You can call in and rant, call us fucking asshats, whatever you want to do. We'll probably play your shit or at least address it online or during the podcast.
Or make fun of you for it.
Sure.
We've done that a couple times with some of our.
Well, with people we make fun of already.
Well, no, I mean, like, some people have had suggestions, and
Yeah.
It'll be good, but we would appreciate the feedback. You can let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see more of. Ask us questions. Ask us things that you'd like us to address during the show.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We'll take it and read it on air.
Absolutely. All right.
All right. Till next time.
Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good night.
bye.